Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Listen, today, Jessee is with us. How are you doing, brother?
Good.
Good?
Good, yeah. My middle name's Lee. What do you say?
Jason
Lee.
Jessee.
Martinez.
Okay. Any other names we should know about before we get going?
That's it, Jason Lee Jessee.
Jason Lee Jessee Martinez.
Christian name is Jason Lee Jessee.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, man, it's been a hell of a year, right?
Yeah.
How you holding up? Everything good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super good.
Okay. Because
could you sense any sarcasm in that?
a little bit, yeah. But no, the last year has been, like I said, a hell of a year.
Yeah.
You've been, all this old stuff in your past has been kind of come to the surface.
Yes.
Slap message boards, this whole thing, right? You wanted to, tell your side of the story, come on the show, talk to us, and kind of air it all out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just, not really, but yes.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like me and Kelly are holding hands right now.
Yeah.
Under the table.
But no, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone has their opinion. Everyone has their opinion. Like, for picture 1 year of everybody you know. I'm pretty popular. I mean, just,
Sure.
I name drop a lot, but
Right.
but then also has friends too.
Okay.
And but every single one of them, is concerned, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I was taking in opinions and what to do's from, and it was hard to listen to my own heart and gut.
Sure.
Your stomach has a lot of, brain, your heart. I think your heart figures it out before your brain.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
okay.
actually,
Yeah.
they figured that out.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
It makes sense. You always go with your heart.
Yeah, you have to.
Always go with your heart. Your brain thinks about too many things. Negative,
Exactly.
positive, everywhere in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know how you can feel it in your stomach?
Mhm.
And then that almost creates it too.
Sure.
So you have to be careful.
Oh, yeah. So you were getting hit up by a lot of your friends, peers, everybody when this whole thing came out.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
How did you initially find out?
What did he say? He's so...
Sorry, I'm out here in the corner.
I feel terrible too. Like I want to be with you over there.
It's all good, dude.
Aside from no humor right now, but it would be weird if I sat over there, right?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Okay.
But I mean, like this whole thing,
Yeah,
right?
for real.
I mean, literally, you're living your life and then this thing breaks.
Yeah.
Your past comes out, stuff that you've said, interviews, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, what exactly happened?
What's the story?
Yeah, what happened there? You did an Instagram post
Yeah.
to right after this thing happened, right?
Yeah.
And you got a lot of, I'm sure, backlash and positive from people peers and everybody, right?
Every single person that I know that knows me
Right.
was positive.
Mm-hmm.
And then if there was the negative, there was negative. they just didn't know me.
Right.
So that's okay.
Sure.
And so, yeah, it's just a great learning. This was a huge human behavior test and learning experience, which I kind of love.
Yeah.
Like, I, as scary as it was, and just wild and real shocking. I clear my throat a lot because I'm nervous.
Okay.
But it was, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
Because if my voice shakes, it's because I've been drinking a lot of Diet Dr. Pepper. It's hard. The last year's been really like wild.
Yeah, I bet.
Like it's hard and boring to explain. Like it's like no one wants to hear about the guy that broke up with his girlfriend or here he comes again, you guys. Please don't talk about this.
Right.
Well, there's a process to healing and all that, and mine takes way longer.
Okay.
Because I'm left-handed, C-section. You guys, any C-section?
No.
You didn't fight your way down the natural birth canal. That's cool. That's fine. You guys did. I didn't.
Right.
You guys are much stronger. So I have to go through a series of life lessons, like and it goes in cycles.
Right.
It has my whole life, and it's incredible, and only compared to some, but it's worth it. And I wouldn't change it for the world. But never get comfortable with being miserable or depressed. Just don't get comfortable with it.
Sure.
You just have to get through it.
Right.
And if you do get through it, for yourself, it's cool. Like you feel you got to have dignity and things that make you wake up in the morning.
Yeah, for sure.
But it definitely threw everything out of whack. Like I've had some meetings, and see this table right here, this size?
Yeah.
It's pretty small.
Sure.
Pretty personal. My foot is on his foot.
Oh, right now.
It has been, and you saw that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the tables went from really big, like where it is, to this.
Right.
And that is interesting. And I wanted to hold hands while we had this one meeting.
This meeting right here?
No.
Oh, another meeting.
Yeah. And I thought it was funny, but kind of cool.
Okay.
But it wasn't taken serious.
No.
So, yeah. It went from hysteria, crazy, oh my God, I don't know what to do, but this is crazy, to, okay, we're going to figure this out.
Right.
Can we just hold hands? And then,
No,
boy, here he comes. Here he goes. You know what I mean? And people were expecting certain things. Like, he's going to go crazy. He's crazy.
Right.
Yeah, you've been called psycho quite a bit.
I love that. My whole life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And I don't know, is that a bad thing or is it what is it? Could it be good for marketing throughout the 80s and 90s? I'm from the Ronald Reagan era, so you get encouraged to be, he's a little different, let's encourage it.
Oh, yeah.
So, how in depth would you like me to get?
I think it's important to, just lay it all on the
Where do you
table,
want to start?
Start with the article in Iron Horse.
Yeah.
You don't want to go further than that?
You can backtrack from that, but that's what everyone wants to know about.
Yeah, the interview in Iron Horse is a biker magazine. You had an interview.
Yeah.
I think you were about 24 years old.
24 years old.
Right. The article was pretty shocking.
Super shocking.
It was like pretty gnarly. Said some gnarly shit.
I'm only smiling right now because I'm nervous.
Yeah, sure.
And that's the other thing. I'm sorry if I promised myself never to cry on film. Right? Long story, boring, but I'll never do it. So, if you guys want, I could cry at any minute, no problem.
Okay.
But I would never cry on film.
Gotcha.
Just because then it seems forced.
Yeah, of course.
For me, that and the way I think.
Right.
So, but I'm crying inside every second.
Yeah. Right.
So that's real.
Yeah.
And I've been told plenty of times, I don't know if I should take you serious right now or not.
Well, you're sarcastic. You say stuff with deadpan. I think sometimes.
I'm not avoiding this question either.
No, for sure. People can take that the wrong way.
Yeah,
they don't know if you're joking. They don't know if you're serious. I kind of get the same thing sometimes because I'm very sarcastic, deadpan.
Yeah.
And I'll just say stuff and they're like, wow, that dude's a dick,
That's
literally
an easy go-to.
Yeah. Sure. But I'm just me. I like to have fun, and that's how I have fun.
Absolutely.
So, but the Iron Horse article.
Okay.
That was, let's take you back there. Right, 24 years old. What was going on in that time? Like, what were you doing? What were you what were you all about back then?
Should we go through it? Just quickly, page by page, or no? What do you think? Is that a good idea or not?
Well, I mean, I think that there was definitely some statements in there that were shocking, that people bring up all this. People bring up, there was a bunch of, swastika
not in that
imagery.
article.
Not in that interview, but I'm just saying in general. In the past.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that, right? But in this article, there was a lot of N-word drops, F-word drops, So what was going on there? What were you doing?
Do you want the honest, real, exactly, right?
Sure, yeah.
So Morsh Brenman was my best friend in art. He worked upstairs with me. He was the art guy at this place we worked at for 9 years. And he's super funny. He was Jewish, Chinese. Mm-hmm. Well, like he was he just had the best charisma, super funny. He just loved the guy if you know him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we worked above a motorcycle shop.
Okay.
And I'd like to maybe just point some stuff out.
Sure.
And get the magazine kind of and just, or do you just only want to hear
Speak from the heart, dude.
I'd like to explain the whole thing, but that might just be not what anyone wants to hear. So how about no one wants to hear any of that? How about, I said some terrible shit. Mm-hmm. And it was, and if I say what it really was, it'll sound fake. So I almost have to lie. This is no shit. Like I almost have to lie and say, if I got to get into this, I will. Like, like obviously I would never use that to this day now, ever. It wouldn't work. It doesn't work. We would hear stuff downstairs and next door, and it drove us crazy. And me and Morse liked motorcycles. I liked them a lot. I was a motorcycle enthusiast, and I have been my whole life. My dad got me a motor. See, I'm going to trail off, and it's going to drive you guys crazy.
No, but I think a little, backstory
is into it.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
Go ahead with your.
I've been into I like motorcycles. Mm-hmm. My dad got me one when I was 3.
Oh wow!
Just turned 4, but I was 3 when I got it. Training wheels. Grew up in Southern California, San Clemente and stuff. Went to Super Bowl, motocross, Speedway every Thursday nights with my I had 2 brothers, older, and still do. And we were so into motorcycles.
Yeah.
And we liked Harleys. And then there was this biker scene in the 90s that you could not relate to. I could not relate to it.
Okay.
It was stonewashed jeans and just everything about it was terrible.
Okay.
That's how they talked, just everything. So I'm not skirting around this, but if you read the whole thing, it's pretty sarcastic.
Yeah.
It's bad, but there's a lot of, we had fun doing it at the time as idiot kids, right? Just, we had no, there was no for your actions. We could do anything we wanted.
No consequences?
No consequences back then. None. And so it was just like, fuck these guys. Let's talk shit. They sell it downstairs. They're going to see it. And let's just go full bozo with it.
Right.
And we blew it. I blew it. Mm-hmm. And we were partying, and I grew up never drinking or partying ever, and grew up with Mormon guilt. My mom was a equal rights activist, a lay midwife. So she was pretty out there, radical, like vegan. So my mom was like this. She was a great example of how to be, and I would do the opposite a lot.
Kind of a rebellion.
Yeah, type. For sure. Like, oh my God, he dyed his hair. He's mad at his parents. Stuff like that.
Sure.
So you do things to get a reaction, and it's an easy target. We just took the easiest. And if you've known me forever, there's humor dictates my life. It really does. I can be serious. I'm a Capricorn. with Scorpio rising. But I should be talking about this and not laughing at all. There shouldn't be anything funny about it now. Because looking back, it's incredible. It destroyed so I thought all my dreams came true. They didn't.
Right.
Then they did. The last 5 years. Wow. You work hard, it works. It pays off. Like, not rich. I'm not rich. Never was, never got rich.
Okay.
Don't own a house. All my stuff's paid off. Horse trading, whatever. But you, where was I?
Well, I mean, just the iron horse, and then how you were.
So trying to really get a name out there.
Yeah.
There wasn't anyone putting bikes together the way I wanted to. And I just copied people from the 60s.
Okay.
Made them skinnier and different. We were skateboarders, so we wanted to make them tiny and San Francisco style. And I wanted to get a name for myself in the motorcycle world.
Yeah.
Because skateboarding will always be there. It'll always be there for me. Today, last year, next year, until I carcass, no matter what.
Okay.
Because it's personal.
Sure.
It's my deal. It's your deal. It's everyone's deal that needs an outlet. Like, and back then, we needed outlets because people really tried to control people, and besides now it's just out of control after the Patriot Act. But people really did try to control each other, and you wanted to be an artist, and you wanted to do your own thing. I mean, that was where skateboarding came in. So the biker thing, I took it to the motorcycle world, and no one cared. Like, this guy is an idiot.
Yeah.
But then over the years, people were like, "Oh man, I love that thing you built, that bike. It's cool."
Sure.
And it worked, and it was never an issue. People just shrugged it off back then, and I was just like, "Cool." Like, cool.
Wait, so when that interview came out back then, no one said anything?
No,
It just went by.
it was funny.
Really?
Yeah, I took it to the Duke's Car Club meeting when I took it to a meeting. Tobin took a lot of the photos, or some of them, and surfer, that's funny,
What year did that come out? What year?
1994, and I got in the Dukes when I was 13, and I'm 93,
Okay.
so I was 23 years old.
Gotcha.
And Dukes is like an all Mexican
Yeah, it was the first
lowrider.
white guy, white kid, and they always call me surfer, and I'm like, I'm a skateboarder. All right, surfer.
Okay.
Fuck, I surf.
Right.
But I'm a skateboarder, and they're like, so, you push the envelope, you test the waters, you fuck with things. You're born, and you die, and in between there, you want to learn as much as you can. You really do. You want to experience as much life as you can, good or bad.
Yeah.
The well-adjusted make poor profits. Like, you want to be around people that have been through the ringer, like I do. I'm fascinated by incredible people, and everybody's incredible because am I talking too loud?
No. I just, like I said, I just adjust.
I feel like you're bored.
No.
Not at all.
Everyone's incredible, and I've always tried to look for the good in people. Always, no matter what. Like, it's just easier.
Yeah.
And you feel better. You feel good. And I grew up going to private schools, May Carden. I was raised really good. I have a loving family. I don't have any excuses like, nah, my dad was mean and beat us up. No, my dad was like, here's a notebook. I signed every page in it. You can not go to school.
Oh, wow.
Just go skateboarding. And I was like, damn, thanks.
Wow.
So I quit when I was in 9th grade, but I felt loved my whole life.
Sure.
By my family and my friends. And I can't live knowing someone's mad at me or something. I want to fix it.
Yeah.
So, but back then you're testing the waters. You're doing stuff. Hopefully you are, or you're just not. And that's okay too, because it doesn't make you a bad guy if you don't push the boundaries. But I came from my dad was rowdy. He was so cool. He had the biggest heart, and his whole thing was just compassion and common sense, common courtesy. That was it. If you do that, I'm gonna be proud
You're
of you.
going to be okay. Yeah.
common courtesy and consideration. That was it. And don't look for anything, but don't back down from it.
Right.
Just because then you'll lose your shorts or whatever. Wouldn't that suck? Like if you're take your shorts off and you're just like, damn it. And you just had a shirt to walk home in. That would be the worst. You would look weird. We would all look weird. All guys would look weird.
It depends how, if
It
it's a tall tee or if it's a midriff,
It doesn't matter though, because it looks weird. I've seen it.
Oh.
My friend, he showed me how dumb it looks. He's gorgeous. He has a great body. Okay. And he tried on a few different shirts. He's all, is this look good at all? Sorry for touching. Actually, you might want to wash your arm.
Yeah. It'll just fall off.
Flesh-eating virus.
Yeah.
No,
But the interview, you were like you said, you said it was a lot of sarcastic stuff in it. And I read the interview, and
a kid.
You were jumping around. They would ask you a question. You would be on something. And then all of a sudden you're talking about, your mom being effed by N-word guys. You know what I mean? And then you'd go back into something, and I'm just like,
let's talk about that real quick.
Like, what is this?
Let's talk about that.
Like, yeah.
That was, and always shall be terrible.
Yes.
Like, I love my mom. She looks like Cyndi Lauper, and I have only respect for my mom. I didn't know any other way to get to her. Like, I was just so mad at things. There was a lot of anger in there, not knowing how to sort out stuff. So that part is the other part's jumping around. That's my MO. Interviews my whole life. I wanted to entertain people.
Okay.
From my first interview, my checkout, Todd Westlow did it. It's Todd Swank. He changed his name. Did you guys know that?
No, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, so Todd Westlow is Todd Swank. And he did my checkout, I think. He took the photo, transworld or whatever. And I wouldn't answer any of the questions. I just talked about Black Flag. Because I like Black Flag and Chavo and Des Cadena and stuff. And so anyways, that interview set my deal because people are like, that's crazy. We loved your interview. I was like 14 or something. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's go with whatever feels right. And then it got warped. And it's in a biker magazine, which I don't like bikers. I didn't like them back then. Okay. I still don't. I don't care.
Right.
I can't relate to dudes back then with what they were about at all, except for a few organizations that it was glorified until you find out really what's behind it.
Yeah,
and
I feel like you kind of adapted some biker aspects.
I wanted to be an authentic American man.
Okay.
So after skateboarding, Barry from Fontana told me, "What are you going to do after punk rock?" And what are you going to do after skateboarding? I'm like, there's no after skateboarding. He's like, what about after punk rock? You have to be a biker. And I'm like, whoa, cool. He's like, that's why we have tattoos. And I was like, what? That's crazy. I was 13 or something. And I was like, whoa, he's right. And he was like only 22. And these guys would pull up to Chris Robinson's house on Harleys. And when you're a kid, you're just like, whoa. Because everything was gas motors and so
it's fascinating. There's some type of allure there.
And man, there's so much we can get into.
Sure.
I have a super good memory, like a really good memory, and it's pretty crazy. So, and when I look at all this stuff I brought and all, I go through all the old, because this year has been reflecting on my life.
Okay.
And it just, I can open any magazine and look at things and go right back to it. And so it's an emotional
roller coaster.
Yeah, just chaos.
Yeah.
So I was scared to read that magazine this whole year. Terrified. I was like,
when was the last time you even read it?
1995 when it came out.
Okay.
And I don't think I even read it.
Did you ever think that it would come back to you like that?
Never, ever.
Yeah.
But it did. It's in print. It's there forever. And I feel terrible because do I have to explain how, like, I want to try to explain it, but I just have to be like, hey, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't agree with any of it at all. And it wasn't something I was like, yeah, it was like, we were talking shit. And I didn't realize, now I realize. So I learned these lessons, and I did learn them a long time ago. Like, I've thought about it over the years, like, it's not something I would be like putting on Instagram, like, yeah, check this out. I've been doing this forever. It's embarrassing, and it's embarrassing.
Right.
And as much as I want to be like proud of everything I've done, it's like, this was, did you hear my stomach?
Yeah.
You did too?
Yeah.
Microphone.
Heard of the microphone.
Yep.
Well, that's embarrassing. That's real live. That was my stomach. I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Sure.
But it's not something I don't have anything to hide, but I'd like people not to see things. But they did, and they get to, and it's great. And I'll take full responsibility for it.
But I mean, like, at the same time, too, I think what people are mad about also is, like, you weren't just some, like, 12 or 13-year-old kid.
No, I was
just,
24.
Yeah,
I had a daughter.
Exactly.
My kid was just born.
Right. Right.
I
I mean,
was
24 years old, you're an adult. You should know
Fully adult.
what you're saying.
This is 1994. The world was a little more dangerous. I'm not giving excuses, you guys, at all. Like, at all.
Yeah.
See, can I trail off into stories?
You sure? Do whatever you need to do, bro.
Because there's so much that creates a person who they are and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I don't think we have enough time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how about this?
Well, I think that the whole thing is like, people think you're a Nazi.
Okay, that
You know,
word.
People think you're a racist.
Never.
You know.
No. Hell.
And just
no.
because of, like, the swastikas
No, that
in
makes
your artwork, or,
Yeah.
you know, or
That,
wearing a
that
helmet.
kills me. Oh, the helmet. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that right now?
Sure. I mean,
Okay,
because
so-
that means something to some people.
Absolutely.
You know,
Okay.
It's heavy.
First of all, to answer your question, that kills me. I've never, ever been like, never, ever. I'm not going to say it because I can't.
Yeah.
It's not racist and never have been. We've talked shit, but I'm not racist. And I don't even identify with that shit. We'd watch Geraldo and be like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, this is crazy. I'm from California.
Yeah.
I grew up at the beach. Like, I want to be the first white cholo, but Jay Adams was. So I grew up like where it wouldn't even have, that makes zero sense to me with how I was raised, everything. And it was never pushed like that. There was never evil intent behind any of this. The Iron Horse interview fucked up. I fucked up. I've always done stuff to get people to find out who they are and stuff. I've pushed that, like, but the swastika thing used in art's supposed to offend, and there was never any that wasn't one way and one the opposite way.
So yeah,
If you're
like yin
talking-
and yang.
If you're talking about the gloves, one was this way, one was that way, and
You had a photo with wearing gloves with
one glove,
the swastika
and you can
on
kind
one,
of see
and then-
that it was backwards on the other, and they're
Okay,
blue and
yeah.
white painted. At that time, I was so angry with the Patriot Act and just things in the world that weren't fitting right. I was failing as everything. Like, I was failing as a human. And so I was like, I want to do stuff. I need attention, obviously. So imagine, since I was 12, you have to do stuff for attention.
Yeah.
Like, you're a skateboarder. You're a sponsor. Enter these contests. Do these things. Do publicity stunts. Dan Sturt, I need you for this photo. We're gonna put a skateboard through your body. A fake, look like I hit you in a car, and it looks like it went right through you. He took the photos. It almost caused a wreck, like a semi. I had to lay there real quick, and there was like cow liver on me. So Dan Sturt placed me in this photo
Okay.
for a college project
Okay.
that he had to do, and it won the thing, whatever. And that photo that he took was like, it was so gross. It was and we had to do it super fast.
Speedwell that too, right? Or something like that, or
was it? No.
No. Where was that photo? It was running
it's
back.
been. Oh, I have it. It's in a. I could. I know exactly where it is. It's in the Thrasher interview, and I have it right here. Do you want me to get it or no?
It's all right.
No, it's okay. You could keep,
Okay.
could go on.
So that one, something at his college, it worked. The one you're talking about. So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
'Cause that one hurts. So in the 80s, late 80s, this was late 80s, this is 1987. If you went to Del Mar, Fallbrook's here, Del Mar, and David Duke or something lived there maybe. But there was this weird time where, like a weird 4 months of like, there was this propaganda shit all over Del Mar and all that area, like gas stations and stickers. And it was
Because
insane.
of David Duke and all that.
It was like propaganda, like we want your jobs. And then it was terrible. You'd see it so much and you're just like, what the fuck is this shit? So Dan came up with an idea for another college project, because Dan knows how to shock people. So these are people I'm looking up to. He faked his knee exploded with blood packs, and Tony Hawk's dad was Barry, the fire department. Do you hear about this in Tempe, Arizona? He did. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So he does things he's an advanced make you think about shit person. Like, whoa, like I like people like that. Like I like people that invoke thought, like,
Sure.
because you want to know who you are. And so, and I know who I am, and I'm kind. I have kind eyes. I've never been evil or vicious or identified with anything involved in hatred towards certain people. I haven't. All right? Like, there's like...
You had a lot of people calling us up, championing to have you on the show. Like, you have a lot of people that love you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, I was even on the fence. I didn't know whether to have you on the show or not. And then people that I spoke to, my peers, your peers, people that I love and trust, were like, "This is you got to have him on the show. This is he's got to talk about all this stuff
for sure."
And
it's hard because it's easy to just hide. But you know what? I'm not hiding anything. This is my side of it, and it's not an excuse either.
Right.
So, and I apologize for that pressure. Honestly, I apologize to all you guys because I know it hasn't been easy, and it pains me.
Yeah.
Like, oh great, this thing I did, yay! This fucking Moisha's dead. This is great. I'll just, if anyone can do it, I can do this. I'll get through this. I have to.
Right.
Everyone has a past. Everyone has, and I'll do it. I got this.
Yeah.
And like, man, so back to the
Dan Stewart. Yeah.
So that photo is one of those little pieces of paper that were flying around gas stations. And Dan's all, hey, I want to do this photo with you with this, because on your helmet, it was his helmet, wear this helmet. Steve Stedham's in the background. Adrian Domain's in the background. Steve Stedham got me on PAL. I like Steve Stedham a lot.
Okay.
He's rad. But he got me on PAL when I was 12 or something. It was only about 2 months. I wrote a Steve Stedham experimental and learned backside airs at Del Mar.
Okay.
And so these are Adrian Domain. I skated. He was a good friend of mine. And we skated every weekend and all day. And we skated a lot. And Stedham, we all skated.
Yeah.
So that photo was for Dan Sturt's college project. Steve Stedham's in the background. Adrian Domain's in the background. We took 1 or 2 photos. It's a Madonna. And Dan said, get that off. Take this shit off.
Yeah.
And then he won another project. And it wasn't it was however he did it, because he's a mystery.
Right.
But that's it.
Yeah.
And it was gone.
Yeah.
Like,
but you put it on though.
yeah. And I was 16, 17.
It's a shocking image when you
Yeah, yeah,
Think
yeah.
about
But
it.
we were so you're with, and they were aware of it. If you zoom out, if you get that, I don't even know how that photo, Shitbird got it, and somehow, because I save everything, I don't know why I had that photo. I don't know where it is now, but it was in this Pray For Me video. And whoever put it out, they zoomed out Adrian and Steve.
They zoomed in on just your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kills me. It pains me bad. Like, I am
when you zero in on it.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw it, I
But
seriously,
you pretty much shot that photo for shock value.
not for anything but a college project to
Yeah.
say to whatever Dan wanted
Yeah.
to get his point across, and it wasn't anything like white power, anything.
Yeah.
Fuck that. It was, and these are in the 80s. I don't know where there's like, he's your guy. He's the guy that got me in the magazine. He wants to do something. We're doing it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he doesn't think that way. We don't think that's not. And that one wasn't for shock value for the world. That was a fucking college project to make people think about. And I don't know, but after that, the shit went away at the gas station shit. We never saw it, so I don't know. That probably didn't help. But thank God that shit went away, because it's weird. Could you imagine like getting gas with your dad or mom, and they're just like, my dad's gunite crew. He worked with for 30 years. They live in right around the corner from Mark Gonzalez, J&J Gunite, Clinton, and JJ. They gunited all my dad's pool. He was a builder. Like, they were the best. My dad, they would fuck with my dad. My dad would fuck with them. It was hilarious. Like, they loved my dad. 30-something years, best friends. I'm not saying this to be like, we're friends with babies. You know what I mean? Like, so that's not how I was raised. That's not who I am. I'm not interested in any of that, and I've never have been. And I've never ever felt like, and I'm in the Dukes in '93. Still, you saw it. They're here today.
Yeah. I think the thing that grabs people as attention and focus is also, it's not just one incident, you know.
Yeah.
It's this photo with the gloves. It's this photo on the ramp, the Dan Stewart shot. It's the jacket hanging on the wall with the, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, there's
yeah,
a
yeah,
bunch of different things that lead people to believe, like, it's not one isolated incident, you know, where it's like, well, that was weird. No, that was a high school, or that was a project for Dan Stewart. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff, you know, and I think that's what people, you know, base their, you know, opinions of, is like, well,
What they see in a magazine.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of all this stuff. He's got to be, you know, racist or whatever, you know.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
It's, yeah.
No, absolutely.
Right.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
And I'm not here trying to save my ass for anything. Like, this is real. Never have been. Ever. And everyone that knows me knows that. And that's what sucks, is I fucked up. Like, just trying to be wacky and get attention, and that is not okay.
Right.
I fucked up. I'm going to live with that.
Yeah, of course.
And it ain't easy. Maybe, and I can't rationalize it, any of it. So I'm sorry for even trying to give my side, because there is no side now. I'm just not that, never was, even though it looked like it. But fuck no, I will not die. And that is like, yeah, that's what he was like. No,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Huh.
Sorry for, I was feeling like I used strong language right there.
No, you're good. Yeah.
No, but it's affected me. So it's affected me on such a grand scale that I kind of like it, because I found out how insane things are, how fragile human psyche is, how fragile stuff is, and how stupid. Hopefully someone will be able to, people will see that and be like, don't ever do that.
Yeah,
That's not fun. And it isn't funny now. And I've evolved.
right.
Like I would never do that as something, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Hell, never. And it's been years. The last one was a neighborhood thing, and I made the USA look like a swastika because we have the Patriot Act. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's terrifying. And that's where that was. I was like, we're fucked. And it only went to Japan. And I talked to Shinsuke about that, and I was like, no, I want you to understand it's this is why. It's not like I have some following and I'm with these dudes and that's what we're about. It's never ever been that, ever. Like there's no group I identify with except for like my friends and the dudes that were just here, lowriders, cars, old cars, old motorcycles, friends that are advanced. I like to think I'm pretty advanced with humor.
Yeah.
But not with that happened. I wasn't then. I would just throw things out there, and I grew up in the 80s going to Olympic Auditorium and Fenders, and I saw how those dudes acted, and they were the worst ever. I didn't want to hang. I wanted nothing to do with that type of gross energy. I don't. Am I just like rambling right now? Because I really feel like
great, man.
I feel like I hope this is sincere. I hope I'm getting my point across. That I can't even. If I see that, like you're this, I'm like, fuck, man. It kills me. It ruins my fucking day.
Right.
Like if I see it, that's why I won't look at that shit. I won't engage in it. I'm like, because right when you open the door, listen, no, I'm not. Well, yeah, because there's this. Fuck.
I don't think you really had the platform to talk about it.
Not ever.
Like I was saying before, you had the Instagram post that you said right when all this stuff was happening. You made a video of saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, this and that." And I looked at that and I said, "Well, I don't think that was really good." I didn't think it was
Looked forced almost.
Yeah, it didn't look genuine. It didn't.
It was genuine, but it was forced. Promise.
Okay, sure.
Listen, it was genuine.
I think it was just too quick, and it was just kind of like, "Hey, let me just do this to get it out of the way." Yeah,
that's what it was, and it was hysteria. And I feel like I shouldn't have even acknowledged anything. I should have just left. I should have just went to somewhere. I should have left.
No, you need to address the problems.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
It was hysteria. It was I didn't know how to process it. I was terrified, and it put me in this state where it's like a state of uncomfortableness that I wouldn't want. I don't wish this on anybody because it's like a lot of men lead lives of quiet despair. It's worse than that. It's the worst. I can only imagine it being like if you lost like your child. You just you walk constantly second guessing yourself.
Like you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah, and you're everyone that it's just but I'm glad because I didn't think I was gonna get through it. And there's times I probably shouldn't have, but I had to just be like, I gotta find out what I have to learn from this, and because that's what it's all about. You have to learn. The carpet got yanked. I'm not mad. I haven't been mad about this once. People ask me, "Are you mad? Do you want to do something?" Yeah, I want to do something about it. I want to fucking fix it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't fix it.
The interesting thing is, if you really believed in that, you wouldn't be upset or mad, So, like, the fact that you don't, that's not the way you believe in, that's why you feel so terrible.
Oh, dude. And it isn't because I'm trying to save a paycheck at all. It's not, I don't give a fuck about that. You're right.
Yeah, like, if you really believed in that, you wouldn't even
I'd
care.
be like, yeah, that's what I am. That's what I'm all about. Cool.
Yeah.
No, and the people that know me and it broke people's hearts. Like, as in, like, dude, you're not that guy. This is terrible.
Right.
What do we do? What do you do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? And I don't know, but I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna pull it off somehow for everybody. Because the amount of pressure that it put on my friends, it put on you guys, that is a lot to bear. Like,
The unfortunate thing is you'll probably have to deal with this 15 years now from now again.
Pardon me?
Like 15 years from now, someone will probably dig this up again.
How do you know I'll be alive then?
You never know.
I'm not gonna.
You're young,
Come on,
dude.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking
Hey, no, I don't want to be alive for a second coming. Like, no, I don't. I refuse to.
Well, it's the internet, you know. Everybody, everything gets dug up, and hopefully, maybe, you know, if it does get dug up, maybe they can just, you know, watch this show and
How about-
find out what
yeah.
what
People
you-
are so quick to see something and believe in
judge,
it
yeah.
and just go crazy
Well-
about it when they don't know.
So I don't know if this is probably ridiculous, but so every day is like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on a scale of like, my landlord walked by and my friends, some people were at my warehouse, and I was like, hey, that guy has cancer. And that's my landlord. He's got cancer. He's probably going to die. So they're like, oh, damn. Sorry. Yeah. So he walks back by, hey, Jason. And he's incredible. He, 1980 Black Flag, played at his mom's house that him and his brothers built. They had a ramp. He's 50-something, but he's an old skateboarder, has an organic farm. He's an incredible human being. He's married and stuff, and he walks back by, asks me something real quick. I go, hey, Jeff, these are my friends, so. Hey, so when you first walked by, I said that you had cancer and you weren't going to make it. And he goes, why? And I'm like, just to see if maybe next time they saw you, like, oh, there's that guy that has cancer. Because they're going to, you believe it. They believed it.
Right,
And then he's like,
right.
oh, I got cancer, I'm good. And he walked out, and I was like, did you see how that worked, though? Like, did you guys, when you came back in, did you think, oh, shit, he has cancer? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry I did that to you guys. I just needed to really get a feel of this. And I'm sorry. And they're like, no, that actually was good, because we were like, yeah, you just told us that. Why wouldn't
Why
we
wouldn't we believe it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're only what people think of you, really,
Yeah.
unless you know. Like I feel like I know you guys. Last night we were laughing about stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I really enjoyed myself, and throughout this last year, there's little windows of how I used to feel. Like, oh man, oh, that was sick. Remember with Chet and Elizabeth, that part where I was like, oh man, this is cool. Like, and then back to where I'm at.
Right.
Oh shit, I gotta do that. Chris, I hope I gotta call these guys. I think it's next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, man, because for this whole time I wanted, and then I was like, you know, like, what, you know, so many people told me just don't, and I'm like, I need it off my shoulders.
Yeah.
I just need to.
It's the only way you can move forward. It's just
That's
letting her air it out.
And I just had to go with my gut and just like, and say whatever you want, but you know, my heart's in the, and it has been, my heart's in the right spot, and it has been for so long. And there's times your life goes up and down to find out who you are. You have to go through stuff to find out exactly who you are. I'm gonna get through this no matter what, and I'm gonna be. And I'll have tools now to maybe help make things better, who knows, be a teacher, like, because everyone's a teacher, right?
Sure.
Like, certain people I want to not be like, certain people, man, I wish I could be a little bit like him, like. And I wasn't raised one-sided, I was raised full spectrum. My kid went to Mount Madonna school. Every religion was out there for everything. One day Moish was driving. Can I trail off into other stories?
Sure.
Is this gonna be where he's crazy? So Moish was driving my daughter to school.
Moish
is my friend.
The
Okay.
artist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he's Jewish Chinese, speaks Chinese I don't know if he spoke. Yeah, he did, and he could write Hebrew, and he spoke Yiddish, and super smart, like super huge IQ, and the best sense of humor ever. Like he could defuse intense situations with humor too. I learned a ton from this guy, and I learned a lot from a lot of people. But he went this other way to drop her off, and he said, Scout goes, she was little, she was like 7, and she goes, Moish, why are you driving this way? My papa goes the other way. And he goes, I'm going to go this way. And then she goes, okay. And then, so we're driving, and then she's like, Moish, do you go to church? And he's like, no. And she's like, what's your religion? And I'm in the back seat going, oh, radical, like kids are the best.
Yeah.
And he's all, well, I'm kind of like a non-practicing Jew or cultural. He was just kind of like, but he goes, let me just explain it like this. Your dad wants to go to heaven. You want to go to heaven. I want to go to heaven. We take different roads, but we want to get to the same place.
Right.
We're going to your school. I'm going to take this way. Your dad goes that way, but we get to your school.
Right.
And she's like, whoa, okay, cool. That's really neat.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thanks, Moish. I was in the back seat just like, I love you.
Yeah.
But so I'm open, and I have been to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's John Waters sends me Christmas cards. Do you get Christmas cards from John Waters?
I don't even give a Christmas card from Raj.
You don't?
One day I'll give you one.
Okay, thank you, bro. But there's a lot of other. I mean, let's talk about one. There was a peanut brown incident
Oh yeah.
where
He's the best. Want to
Yeah.
hear it?
yeah, you called him the N-word or something
So-
on a. Go ahead. I wanted you to.
So Anaheim contest, 1986.
Okay.
86. I just got my license.
16.
16 years old.
Gotcha.
So so December 29th is my birthday. You guys
Oh yeah.
take just note to self for later. But
Send him a birthday card.
Raj, yeah, Raj.
okay.
Put that in his calendar.
Okay, so 16, I have my license. It's an incredible story. It's followed me my whole life. 31, 32 years now.
Okay.
So something, just like kid stuff. Get to the top of the ramp. He's up there. He might have said something. We talk shit. I took an easy target. John Lennon says words don't hurt. I read that. I was like, yeah, they do. And I was like, use the N-word, called him it, and he was just like, really? Whap. Punched me in the face. On top of I flew across the platform. Fausto picked me up, carried me down the stairs sideways. Can I try it on one of you guys? Or
Maybe Kelly.
Yeah, we believe you. Yeah.
So my head's over here, my legs are right there.
Okay.
He just scoops me up, carries me down the stairs, and I'm just like, oh man, this is crazy. I got punched in the face. And I might have even said going down the stairs, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. He takes me to Denny's and he goes, you blew it. What? Here's why. And I was like, whoa. Okay. He's like, go home. Get the fuck out of here. Don't ever do that again. Don't. You blew it. And I knew I blew it. I was like, wow, I fucked up.
So he took you down and sat you down and explained to you
what an idiot, ignorant idiot kid I was from Southern California.
Right.
And he's from Ermicos and Hunters Point. And he's just like, and he's Fausto.
Yeah.
We can't get any better than that. And he's terrifying. He's scary. I don't know if you guys knew that. He's the best, but he's bitching. So got punched in the face, which I deserved it.
Yeah.
I deserved it. And it was clean. Just boom, said it, pow, right?
Did you know him at the time?
No.
Did you? No.
No, I didn't. And he made me go back, say sorry.
Yeah.
And I meant it. I was like, man. And we squashed it. He made me. I was like, no, it's okay. I'll leave. No, you're gonna go back and face it.
Yeah.
And And I did, and I apologized, and I meant it like a motherfucker. And he's all, now go home. And I was like, is he going home too? Does he have to leave? And he's all, nope. And I was like, okay, no problem. I'll go home.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a fool.
Right.
So driving home, and I know my parents are at the contest.
Oh.
There's no way to get a hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
No way to get a hold of them. Payphones, that's it.
Right.
1986. I'm in my grandma's car, Malibu Classic, driving home, bawling. I get emo.
Yeah, okay.
Not because it hurt, but it did. But just like, I fucking let everyone down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get home. My house, my mom and dad come home like 10 at night or something. They're gone all day, and I was just sitting there. The suspense, didn't watch TV, didn't do anything, just sat on the couch and was just like miserable. And my mom and dad come in, and they're like, my mom goes, what happened? Where were you? We were waiting for you to skateboard the whole time. How boring would that be for parents?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Boring vert contest, that's a fast forward thing.
Yeah.
So I explained it to him, and the stuff they said to me was just even more insane. I was just like, man, it was very clear to me how stupid and how it wasn't easy. I was just like, man. So we squashed it. We were cool, and I meant it when I told him. So we go on a trip a couple months later, maybe less than a year later. We're in Australia, and he was like, hey, you want to go shopping with me for underwear for my old lady, my girlfriend? And I was like, yes. I was like stoked. And it was cool. And we hung out. We had a good time. And he has his side of the story for that day, and it's pretty cool. I didn't know. He says some really nice shit.
Okay.
Really nice stuff.
Yeah.
He's great. And that was it. And I don't think I ever saw him much after that. And I have a picture of him in a magazine. I was going through some magazines the other day, and I'm like, holy shit, Ned Brown, front side invert over the channel. God damn it.
Yeah.
Rips.
Right.
Like, and people, he forgave me.
Yeah.
But he's like, we're cool. And that's how it should be. You learn your lesson. That situation was squashed. And I'm sorry it took so long to explain it.
No.
But it's real. That was real.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And so it has followed me my whole life. Not my whole career. I don't know what that means. But my whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, yeah, we're cool. We squashed that. My kid shit her diapers a lot. I'm not cool with that. I'm still mad at her about that. I'm serious. No, but you gotta forgive people. And I wish I knew some stuff on you guys, because I'd be like,
I'll tell you. Oh, you want to know? Or Raj? Yeah, I got it.
okay, yeah. There was. I want to start a blog about stuff. No, but
get on message
people
board.
were concerned, and hopefully that's cleared up, because it was cleared up between me and him, and that's all that really matters. Like,
Is this stuff really discussed more on like message boards rather than to your face in person?
never to my face ever. No one's ever.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not surprised, to be honest. People just go nuts on message boards for whatever reason. They don't know anything.
I don't have time for that, really. I don't go on those.
Yeah.
But
And-
comments too. You see comments
On my Instagram?
Yeah.
But not about that stuff. I don't.
Oh, no.
I don't get negative comments and stuff.
No.
People are really kind.
Well, I think too, what happened, I mean, when the slap thing caught on fire, and then you made that apology and everything. I mean, people were even on your thing, like, what is it? What is this? I don't even know anything about this,
Yeah.
So this whole thing has made me second guess my entire everything.
Yeah.
And none of it, my whole life, has come from an evil place or like with bad intent, ever.
Right.
There could be a riot right now, and all of us would walk right through it. And if we got involved, people that know me have seen this. I don't fight people. I pants people.
Okay.
That's amazing, actually.
It stops it. It stops, especially basketball shorts. And that's not even nice. That's just mean. But I just want to get through crisis things, and I just want people to be uplifted and laugh, and for years I've been like that.
Yeah.
I went through some terrible times. Like we've gone through some things,
Sure.
and let me just say, you can't judge anybody at all because you don't know what people have gone through, and you might think you do, but and maybe they're going through something similar that you've gone through, but you can't judge them because they could be on a different level of spirituality or a different level of how it affects them from a different angle. Like you just can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't just throw things out there. Like, I'm guilty of that. I drive around all day and talk shit. Yeah, look at that guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm joking. But I do talk
but I
shit.
think
but
everybody,
everyone does.
I think
Yeah.
we all have a judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
In a little bit,
Yeah.
But thank God, because this helped me never do that again. And it's affected me on a scale like so deeply. It has changed my DNA.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to be excited about shit. And it's hard for me to be like, this year I've been like, I'll go somewhere and park and just, oh shit, I just stared at the ground for an hour and a half. Like, that's real. Like, and it's not crazy. It's an actual thing. Like, I'm just trying to process, or I'll just be like, and I'm not, I don't smoke pot. I have smoked CBD.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I just drink it.
No, I did the thing he does.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
But I mean, also too, like there was a point in time where you had crazy drug addiction.
Yeah. That was a self-medicating thing I went through. Because I wasn't, I got into like speed, right? For like 9 years.
Damn.
I know.
Whoa.
So what that does is it plateaus. And when you first get into it, you're like, yeah, okay, great. Oh my God, I feel like I just skated all day.
Okay.
But I can kick back. And
What is a plateau? Like, what do you mean plateau?
It plateaus and doesn't work anymore.
Oh.
You need to quit.
Now, when did it start?
It started in 2000. Well, it started a little earlier where I worked. The guy I worked with, my partner or boss, whatever.
Okay.
He introduced it to me.
Huh. 2000? I mean,
No,
so
97.
97. How old were you think?
27.
How did somebody start this at 27 years old? It seems
Especially
insane.
especially when you don't drink or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, never got into that. So around 24, like during this Iron Horse interview,
Yeah.
we dabbled in it, and I never did cocaine or anything.
Okay.
But we dabbled in it. And we were drinking a little, and we were just rowdy.
Okay.
And I'll always be rowdy. And I never needed booze or drugs or anything to get rowdy. Like, I've always just been like, let's get rowdy. These guys are dumb.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are not going to skate the contest tomorrow. Wow. So, man, and it was more fun to be sober. And I like situational awareness. I like to know what's going on. I don't want to get,
Mentally blocked.
and I don't want to get like at all what you said, because I want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, if I want something to happen to me bad, I'll take Viagra around 1:30.
Oh.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Roofie myself with sweats on,
Oh.
right? And then wake up
Sounds like a hell of a night.
wake up wherever, wake up in sweats, still got a boner,
Yeah.
and that's what I would do. And Figgy asked me if I did acid ever. I'm like, no, man. But if I do, I'm gonna wait till downtown traffic, LA.
Oh God.
Just go for it. Like, would that be the worst? It would, right?
Take a Viagra too.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, don't ask me that. Don't ask me to take one of those because I don't need to. Yeah. But okay, so where were we real quick? So okay, back to the drug thing.
Yeah.
So 24, that, and then I was like, I don't like this. Picked up. I've never tried heroin. There's never been a success story, so that I never tried.
Right.
So, and I picked up. I don't even need to tell that story, but it would just sound like I don't want to talk. I love my experiences of in life, and some don't need to be shared.
Okay.
But these do. So around 27, try this a little bit, and I was like, all right, go. And like, my wife, I'm not married now, but my kid's mom had a broken back. Mm-hmm. So my sister lived with me. She had a broken back. She weighed like 90 pounds, and I had a daughter. Mm-hmm. Life was stressful.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll do anything. I'm at work. Who cares? Let's do this. And then, no, we're working so good. And then I was like, whoa, this feels like skateboarding. I don't even need to get hurt right now. I could just do this, work, get these things out. And then one thing led to another. And then one thing led to another. Mm-hmm. She wanted to get separated, Scout's mom.
Okay.
I started the Driven and Auto Modown in 2000. And I was like, oh man, this is bad. She's like, why? You don't exercise? What do you do? And I'm like, no, but I'm self-medicating. You have no idea. It wasn't like I would go out, let's party. It was more like doing it myself. Okay, cool. And try to hide it from everyone,
Yeah.
And it kind of just destroys your life. It, guaranteed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
What, you never went through that for 9 years?
No.
Did you ever do cocaine?
No.
Your mom's not watching this.
Yeah, she is.
She definitely is. She's watching.
So anyways, yeah. You go through some stuff. I went through some stuff, did a little, tried to self-medicate.
Yeah.
Well, and then it didn't work. And then my best friend Jen, who I was going out with, said in 2010 on New Year's, parked the car and was like, you need to get a life. Who are you?
Right.
Like, or you're out of here, leave. And I had nothing going on. I was like, oh shoot. And it worked. It sunk in. And we went out for 9 years, and she's my best friend.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I talk to her every day. And I've known her since 2001.
Okay.
And she basically said, you need to get a life and change it, or you're out of here. So I did. And I called Dan Sturt. Hey, man, how do I lose weight? How do I change it up? He gave me the Dan Sturt diet. It was like spinach and protein powder and no fat and run.
Oh, wow.
And just run. And it wasn't easy. And for 9 months, I slept in. Is this boring?
No.
Not at all.
So for 9 months,
Especially when it's a Dan Sturt, it's never boring.
yeah, exactly. And this is after the 2006 FBI incident on the airplane. So this is 2010, and I'm like, I gotta change my life.
Yeah.
I'm looking back at all this stuff, and it's been enough time to where, because I feel like if you go on a trip for 10 days and you have the best time of your life, you have 10 days of downtime. It's almost like depression, but it's downtime.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I have 9 years of just not feeling like I could provide anything for anybody. And she was like fixing me like a broken bird.
Yeah.
And it kind of ran its course. So she's like, I'm done. You're out. You have to fix it. So I did. So I laid in there for 9 months, 6 to 9 months in this room in our house, in the house I live in now.
Oh, yeah.
And the ceiling's painted like clouds, right?
Oh.
And I'm not supposed to. Sorry, I clear my throat.
No, yeah, you're good.
So we're never supposed to paint this ceiling. It's like someone from the Merry Pranksters or somebody, beat poet, someone painted this in the 60s.
Oh, okay.
It's beautiful. And I laid there, and it was the darkest, the most depressing time of my life, just getting speed out of my body.
Oh, right.
It's disgusting. And Jen would walk in every now and then and be like, are you okay? Do you need anything? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. She never fucked with me. Because if she did, if she was like, gave me shit or anything, I was just waiting for that.
To fly back
to it.
off, yeah.
To just, no, just anything. Just waiting. I need an excuse. I hate my life so much. Anything. And she was just the best. So she would bring food in every now and then and just be so nice. And before that, I was a monster, and I would grab the wheel and take us off the side. I was like, fuck this. We were going to an art show, and I opened the sliding van door and kicked all my art out. And then she was like, fuck this. I pay for your rent. I'm taking you to your art show, and you just kicked all your art out. We're going home.
Right.
Like, you're this guy. And so, just an immature, just needed to really. So I got out of it. 9 months, started to feel somewhat normal. And that's when Dan was like, you got to exercise.
Oh, yeah.
You have to. So by 2011, I went on the stance tour in a van to Florida and went to skate park at Tampa. Was gone for like 4 weeks. Lost 6 pounds on that trip because I got to like 200 pounds.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
I know.
You weren't in that whole 9 years. Were you skating at all?
Yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
But nothing.
Just kind of having fun, messing around?
I don't know if I was having fun.
Oh.
But I was always, my whole life, I've had my skateboard.
Yeah.
Always. You know that? Oh, like, no matter what. Yeah. And I knew it was snowing in Colorado. I have to have it. It's like, everyone knows. You got to have it.
Right, right.
Since you're a kid, since I was 12, it's always there.
Sure.
It's always an arm reach away.
Right.
And so then I got excited again about skateboarding.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, what the fuck? And so I'm healthy, losing weight, and skateboarding again. And then, should we take a break right now?
Just keep telling the story. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was done. So anyways, and so then 2011, Skin came over. It's a weird name, but
Skin Phillips.
Yep. It just sounds weird to say Skin.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of gross, but I love
Skin Dog.
Yeah, Skin Phillips. I love him. Not to take away from his name at all.
Sure.
I love Skin. He's great. Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
So he's
came
been
on
over.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he came over and interviewed me, and I was excited. Like, I felt like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then that kind of opened the doors for some other stuff. And then Steve Luther got me on Converse. And then I was like, I have a purpose in life.
Right.
And I feel comfortable. And it was great. And it just you're healthy. And it just opens doors and things are cool. And then it just grenaded.
Yeah.
It got to a point where there was no mythos about me. It's like, brother, this guy. Like, but before it was like, I don't know, he was mysterious.
Yeah.
And I liked that. Because I didn't know how to deal with anybody.
Right.
So I'm like, cool, the mythos is real. Whatever you heard, believe it. I would say stuff like that.
Yeah. Wow.
And it worked. And then when it didn't work, I was like, let's do this. And people are like, sorry for punching your microphone. I like you didn't flinch. Right? That was cool. So I was like, this is great. Let's do this. Healthy. I will be professional.
Right.
What time I'll be there. What do I got to do? I'll be there.
Yeah.
And then Kenny Anderson, like, then I met all these, like, got to know these people that are incredible.
Right.
I just cherish these dudes. Like, I'm like, fuck. Okay. And just catching it all back up, getting it all back, like, and going on these amazing trips, even though I'm in the back of the van because they're going to be at this place for a minute.
Yeah.
It takes a little while. Vert skating's like, cool, you got the trick, let's get out of here. 15 minutes, like, sick, let's go. But I'm like, whoa, this is rad. Like, shit's rad, but.
Right. Sounds to me maybe, and I don't know, but it seems to me it took you your whole life to kind of, or up until 2010, to kind of figure yourself out or discover who you are or something, you know?
Absolutely.
Am I right? Or I don't.
100%.
That's kind of what I'm gathering.
100%.
Yeah.
Because up until then, I was just like assuming a role. You're this, you're crazy, you're this guy. You're so crazy. and probably how I act right now, it's like, yeah, he is crazy. He's stupid. Actually, not that stupid.
You're not
But
stupid.
I appreciate the support. It's that kind of support. I need. Can you give him my number later?
I will.
I have your number.
Oh, there you go.
I've been
We
texting
already
with you.
talked.
For,
That was you?
yeah. I don't know if you can tell through the text, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, who is this texting me? I don't know. Wait, we're doing a what? I don't even know how to play 9-ball. I was like, no, I'm kidding. But anyways, so yeah, so that's what happened. Because then I was like healthy and just clear.
Right.
And just, I had a purpose.
Right,
Still
right.
do. And then, what bap? And I remember driving going, man, I feel like everyone needs, right when you feel like you're comfortable, you gotta have something. And I kind of maybe put that out there in the universe. Like, man, everything's so cool right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I need the carpet yanked. And within a few months, I crashed on Highway 101 on my motorcycle.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, going 75, and a semi locked it up in front of me. And my friend Scott was with me, and we were riding bikes back up north.
Okay.
And it's a FXR I've had since it was in the Stoke documentary. I've had it forever. It's like my favorite bike.
Okay.
So hit the semi, hit the side of it, got sucked under the axle. Almost got ran over.
Jeez, dude.
So did you hit the back of the semi, or what? How did because you said you ended up in the wheel well, like
So
The axle.
yeah, so I'll make a quick.
what do you got down there?
He's like Gallagher. He's got a bunch of props.
Who said that?
Roger.
Did you say that?
He's gonna pull out a hammer.
I think it was him.
Is that the worst? That Gallagher. Someone called me Gallagher once. I was like, it's not Gallagher. Like, I mean, Carrot Top. Even I'd be like, oh, come on.
What were you pulling out down there? What was
Sandwich.
it?
I just want a quick.
Oh,
bite.
do you?
I found it. Okay,
Okay.
I'm all set.
Okay. So what?
I'm back.
So you get in this this motorcycle accident, and then what did you What did you get fucked up?
I've gotten a lot of motorcycle accidents over the years.
Okay.
Whatever. Rolled my girlfriend's car, and I've never worn a seatbelt. And I rolled her, it's a race car, it was like a brand new Challenger. And I rolled it a couple years before. You know, I did a lip slide and then 180 backside lip. And then, it stuck. I flipped. I landed in the back seat, holding the back seat, and
shit.
I remember going, "Holy shit!" Like I could hear myself, and then it landed, and the windows blew out in my face. And when it rolled me out, and I was standing there like, "I'm in so much trouble." I yelled it and felt my body, and I thought I was bleeding, but it was mud and stuff. I'm like, "I'm in so much trouble." I was fine. So I always get out of these things. Right? So we're riding home from LA to up north, me and my friend Scott Manning, and we're both on FXRs, like 90s style sport Harleys, you know, whatever.
Okay.
And we're cutting traffic, and I look in the mirror and I see a lady get over and almost hit him, and he goes into the emergency lane. And he like waved to her, and she got back over, and I look back, and I'm like, "You're cool," and he's like, "Yeah." Like, and then I turn back around and I hear it, you know, and semis lock it up.
Oh
Yeah.
And he went into my lane, went into the fast lane, and I looked up and just hit it, and everything exploded, and I just flipped, and then he's catching up to me now, and he said, I was up by the top of the tractor trailer, the trailer park,
The top of the root. Yeah.
in front of the axles. I hit it upside down. My feet were up.
Oh,
And then I got sucked underneath it, and he thought I got ran over. And then I went through the axle, and you know how they have the bottom thing, that bumper, didn't hit it, but was spinning and all over, and I remember landing, and it hurt, and It didn't hurt, but you just skateboarding, and we have skateboarders' advantage.
Yeah.
We know how to fall. We know how to navigate through really tricky situations.
Sure.
So my stomach in, and my voice sounds weird.
No, you're
Going through puberty right now.
So I'm spinning. Everything's quiet. I keep my eyes open. It's silent, but I can hear everything.
okay.
And you have to keep moving because if just 1 second and your arm's gone.
Yeah.
Phone's off.
Yeah, and I'm like, so I see coming out of like the truck, and I see cars, and then I see a Honda, like a brown Honda Accord that's gonna run me over, and I push off the front of it, and spin out into the emergency lane,
Okay.
and I jump up, and they're just stopped now.
Yeah.
Semi's gone. There's no one on the freeway. It's in Santa Barbara. And I see my friend Scott way down there in the emergency lane, just looking back, and my bike's spinning right by him.
Gosh.
And I jump up and I'm like, and I look across the freeway, and there's a highway patrol looking at me. He had pulled someone over, and I was like, and he's like, I got you. I'll be right there. Okay.
Oh
And I
my
was like,
gosh, dude.
I was like, okay. I'm looking at the guy in the Honda, and he's just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, no, it's good.
Yeah.
Look at, I feel fine. I'm cool. Highway patrol shows up. So, get the bike off the, he see him that he's going to come. Tell everyone to wait. I see the dude. I'm like, it's okay. Start running to my bike. Like, I'm in trouble. It's in the middle of the freeway. Get it off. Like, just going crazy. Running. And it's like, pretty good distance away. It's pretty far actually, and I'm like, man, I'm tired. Get there, get the bike up. Whoa, it's pretty beat up, and get it over to the emergency lane. And then then the highway patrol shows up, and I let the cars go by and everything, and he shows up, and fire department shows up like right away.
Huh.
And the highway patrol, he's like, you hit that semi? And I was like, yeah. And he's all, you want me to go, I'll put a thing out, see if we can
go get the semi.
find him. Yeah. And I was like, okay, whatever, I don't care. I'm like, I'm fine. And he's like, technically what happens is they didn't feel you hit him. And Scott goes, no, he saw him hit him. I saw him in the mirror see it.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm like, who cares? And he's like, we probably won't find him. He'll be gone, and don't worry about it. So he's like, okay. I'm like, cool. So he just put it out there, but we had no idea what he looked, what's anything. So it's gone.
Right.
So I'm like, that's okay. I got full coverage on my bike like 2 months ago, which I've never done. And so, and then all of a sudden my elbow is just insane. And then he's like, oh, okay. Then the ambulance shows up, but he's looking at, I go, here's my license and stuff, just because I do that.
Yeah.
And he's all, oh shit, no way, you skateboard, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, blah, blah. I'm like, how cool, thanks, how great.
Yeah.
And then he said,
How you born in the 80s?
yeah, and like, I go, yeah, cool. And the ambulance shows up, and he's like, whoa, no way. And like, not that I'm cool or anything, but he's like, I skateboarded too. It's you. How cool? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And nice to meet you guys. How cool? You guys, I love when people are nice. I'm like, man, okay. And he's like, no, you gotta go.
You got to go to the hospital.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And he's like, no, I like you. You
gotta go.
You have to go. Sure. So I'm like, okay, I got insurance because I had Obamacare. I'm stoked. I was like, yes. Okay, so take advantage of it. I never needed insurance till I got it.
Good thing you had it.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
It is. So I get to the hospital. They're like, we're going to have to tier 3 or whatever, and we're going to CAT scan you, everything. And I'm like, whatever. Scott gets my bike to the hospital. He's dealing with all this nightmare. I go in the ambulance because I'm like, okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
So the doctor comes in. He goes, no way.
Everybody knows this guy.
No, but like not for any, just like, yeah. And he's like, no way. He's like, that's crazy. My friend told me he called me and said, you're coming in. And I knew Moish and all this stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And I was like, oh, cool. And he's like, oh, this is great. I'm so glad you didn't, but let's get you checked.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
of
no, I'm
course.
fine. I promise. Let's just fix this. I'm fine. Well, let's just do it anyways.
Yeah, they got to make sure.
Yeah, so then I was like, okay, so that was a nightmare, and that's a real boring part of the story. And anyways, so, oh man, there's more to it. But then, so this nurse starts to stitch this, clean it, and stitch this huge. It's to the bone. It's
Oh, wow.
it's gnarly. Sorry. And she starts to just stitch it, and I was like, oh, like what the fuck are you doing? Like I swear, I was like, why would you do that? What are you doing? Like it was the pain where it just triggers. You're like, I'm gonna start breaking everything in here. Like,
Okay.
and then I'm all, get the fuck out of here. Like, why would you do that? You're supposed to numb people before you stitch them.
Yeah, okay.
She didn't numb me, and just
Oh,
started digging
jeez.
into it. And I was paying attention, going. So she leaves. A nurse comes in and goes, did you just threaten one of the nurses? And I'm like, I don't know. Is stitching someone up without numbing them a threat? And she's like, be right back. Doctor comes back in and goes, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, we'll get this. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So numb me up, stitched me up, and then got to my friend's house. And then my daughter picked me up the next day on my bike because I had it towed somewhere. And she came pick me up and took care of me for 9 days, cleaned my arm.
Mm-hmm.
So that those 9 days, I don't remember 1 second of it. No pain pills, nothing.
Wow.
So I would get home, like, we got to pay rent. Take me to pay rent. Next day she would show up. I need food. We have to go talk to Celia. We have to go talk to this lady about something. Okay. We have to go talk to her. We just did, Papa. You had tea with her. You don't remember? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. Didn't remember.
Wow.
And so then 9 days goes by, and Yaniv and Scott show up, and we're here to make sure you're all right. And I'm like, hey man, thanks, because my kid, she hasn't come by once. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And do you have any pain pills or anything? Because Advil doesn't work. Here's half a Vicodin. Okay, thank you. And it worked. I was like, oh man. Hey, Scout. Or she called me. I go, hey, where have you been? And she's like, what? Are your friends there right now? And I'm all, yeah. Papa, I've been there every day. And I was like, and I was going to see if I could not come today because I have my period.
Wow.
No,
So you.
no, she didn't have my
Okay.
period. But can I not come there? And I was
Right.
like, yeah, no problem. But I don't remember you being here. And so I called my doctor friend, and he's like, dude, your body was exhausted. You have PTSD.
Sure.
And then, and this was in between filming for the Converse video.
Oh, okay.
So we were halfway through it, and I was kind of okay with what we did, but I'm like, oh man, I gotta get this fixed. I gotta heal up quick.
Right.
So I was just like putting my body through.
Did you get concussion?
I never hit my head.
No.
No.
So you got the CT scan though, right? And they said
Yeah.
you were all good except for your arm.
Yeah. And that's it. And it was deep. It had almost cut the muscle back here, and you can't repair it if it's gone.
Oh, jeez.
So I was really good. That was fine. So it was going through my head every 20 minutes. But what scared me was I couldn't remember that.
Yeah.
I'm a Capricorn.
A rising Scorpio.
There's a method to my madness. So yeah, this was 6/29 of 2017.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So right in the middle of, you gotta do your first part that you haven't done a part since Streets on Fire or something,
Wow.
right? Since
Yeah.
the consolidated videos. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I'm like, okay, yoga every day. Just if I didn't. So this accident was, I prepared my whole life for that accident. Like my whole life. Yoga for the last 5 years. Jogging, yoga, exercise, skateboarding, in order to pull that off.
Right.
And I felt that. I was like, wow, I pulled it. My whole life of falling, and so it felt good, but terrible. And then it would keep going through my mind, right? And then I had to go to the trade show, and it was like 2 months. Stitches were healing over, and my nurse friend was like, "What are you doing?" She took them out for me. Like, she's all, "You would have just let them heal over." I'm like, "I'm too scared to do anything. Everything hurts." And she's like, "Oh my God." So I went to the trade show, driving down there, and I passed where I crashed.
Yeah.
And I had to pull over. And for an hour, I barfed and just bawled.
Wow.
And I was like, "What is going on?" Like,
He almost died.
yeah. And just like, I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's where I crashed. That's where I crashed." Like, "No, I'm good." Like, almost barfed. And then I was like, "Holy shit." Pulled over, get to the trade show, see everybody. It's cool, but I wasn't right. I didn't feel right. And then my life, I would be doing something, and then all of a sudden I'd have to sit down, and everything flashes through my brain. Like, all these incredible events of my life.
Right.
And I would just sit there and be like, "What is going on? That's crazy." Like, and so so that happened, and I called my friend, and I'm like, "This is what's happening. Am I crazy?" "Well, yeah, duh." That's you don't read that shit? Yeah, you've been like crazy your whole life. And I'm like, no, not crazy. How? Like crazy? Like, this is scary.
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's PTSD."
Sure.
And so, so we got through that, and a couple other things happened where it was like really life changing.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm like, okay, I got this. Finished the video.
Purple video.
Yep.
Yep.
I was excited, like, "Thanks for letting me be in it." Like, I want to be at the end always. I'm always at the end of videos.
Okay.
I want to be the last person, because you can leave.
Yeah.
You're like, "Yeah, we saw everyone."
Okay.
You don't even have to fast forward past my. People are like, "We never fast forward past your part." I'm like, "I know," because then you never saw it, because it's at the end. Like, you're done. I'm like, "Cool, thanks." So I've set myself up to not be crushed, like be at the end always. So then, so that came out.
Yep.
And then the cover came out.
Yep. Thrasher
Yeah.
cover. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First Thrasher cover I ever got in my life.
Right.
And for the last 5 years, I got, the cover of Skateboard Mag.
Sure.
Right there.
Yep.
And then I wish it was that one. I wish I was on the cover of that. Broken wings. Like, I mean, I love chickens, but so I would never hurt their wings. But so we finished it, and it was whatever. People were okay with it, and I felt great. Thrasher, I felt like full self-worth. Like, I was like, yes, I'm gonna take a year off. Like, I swear to God, I was like, I gotta take a year off. I gotta just heal up. I put my body through like Navy SEAL stuff for how I was like. So then that's when everything, like, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? It's what board? I was like, I don't know what that is. And then just like, oh.
It all came crashing down.
Shit, it's a fan.
Like, that was the, yeah. So then I was like, oh, I got this because I didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
And I should have.
Right.
And I should have. So I'm like, and my dreams really did finally come true. And if you read all my interviews, they're all really like, I'm all thankful. And all my friends are in I include all my friends.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can pull this off. But wow, maybe not.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny to me how it was nothing back then, but then it resurfaced now and it's crazy. It must have been so weird back then. Well, why would people that back then just totally accept that stuff?
It was a different world and no one had evolved. And it was there. You got to understand, like, I mean, think about it. 100 years ago, there was horses in New York.
True.
And we've evolved.
Mm-hmm.
But then we de-evolved too, because of different leaders and stuff. It brings out the gross in people.
Yeah.
I thought Dave Chappelle squashed everything.
Yeah.
He bought my board once.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, from FTC.
Sick.
That's
Called
awesome.
me. I was so stoked. I was so stoked. Because he's my favorite comedian. Yeah. And I really was like I mean, the whole world, this last year for a lot of, not just me at all. I'm nothing. I'm like, because the stuff I've seen, I'm like, oh my God, like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this is real. Let's address it all with real solutions.
Right.
Not just fighting hate with hate.
Right.
Like, let's really...
It doesn't work.
At all.
No. It just creates more hate.
Yeah, like for example, like when I was a kid, I'd be like, I never was like, Nazi punks, fuck off, because I was like, that's just hateful anyways. Like, I just don't care about them. Just get away. Just steer clear of that garbage.
Yeah.
Like, gross. If you feed it, you're like kind of a part of it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Does that make sense or not? Maybe in my head, because I'm like, I'm not into that, and I don't want to even...
You're feeding the fire and it makes it bigger, you know?
And it's deplorable. Like, I just, yuck. If it's in my face, that's a different story. I was just like, I cruise with these dudes and we do this stuff. I don't even have time to hyper focus on the negative or dark stuff, but I'll deal with it accordingly. It's not what I'm into, and I will not it's not what I associate with. I associate with humor and love and friends and everything cool, and like steer clear of that.
Right.
Because I never want to be a part of any real scene, but I do want to fix things, what I can fix.
Yeah.
It's just like anybody else. Like, if I can fix something, I'll fix it.
Sure.
And I have like a different lust for life. Like, I want to just get the best, the most best out of it as I can, and do whatever I can that's right there. Let's do this. Like,
well, since we've circled back around to all this stuff, I think we've covered a lot of it. You've kind of laid it all out on the table. I feel like we should move on to like your skate career and just get in and get to know you better, as Jason Jessee sitting here. But is there anything else you want to say about it all before we, kind of move on? And is there anything else on your mind that you want to say or touch on or talk about? I mean, we could talk about this for hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
totally.
I feel like we should
just be going in circles.
I feel like we should, keep it moving, get to know you. For sure.
Which is what you get. And and I mean, is there something there's so much, but that's not who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not that guy.
Right.
I'm not racist. And I've done terrible shit that sure does look like it but I don't identify with any of that shit.
Right.
And I don't it makes zero sense to me. It's just deplorable.
Yeah.
And there's been horrible things done, and I feel that. What that shit stands for. I would never use it. Like, I don't care if the Patriot Act's now. I wouldn't compare it to that ever again. Like, that's just ignorant. I want to I love human beings. Like,
yeah.
I love people.
Right.
Because it feels good. Like,
Yeah.
it just feels right.
I was gonna say, like, just for the, like you were saying, the world was a different place back then. It sounds like, well, the world has evolved, but it sounds like you really evolved to like who you are now, and have gotten to be okay with what happened in the past and get past it and just make it better and fix
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
It's done, and I feel like I've handled that so long ago.
Yeah.
So it was real confusing at first. Like, oh shit, okay, no, this is so long ago. This is a long time ago. I'm a kid. I was a kid. I'm still a kid. I was a kid. And no, this is me. Like, when Kenny's like, I've known you.
Yeah.
He's like, I've known you for 8 years, and you're not that person.
Right.
You've changed for whatever.
Yeah.
For how much I've and people and everyone wants it. We demand change. We will just riot for change. But then we got it. Oh, now what do we do? I don't know if we want it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we want it yet. I still want to riot.
Right.
Like, I still want to create. I want to be a part of something crazy.
it's like people want the change, and then the person says, "Oh, I've changed," and then they don't accept it.
Don't even have to
say,
say it.
"No, you didn't change."
Well,
You're like, well, how am I supposed to?
It's not even that he's saying that. He's like, actually, that's who he is. He actually did it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you're just trying to say it and then go back to where you were. You literally are a different person now. And that's amazing, dude.
And your actions speak louder than words. And I don't want to, words. But look, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Like, hey, take it or leave it, but it's good. Mm-hmm. And if you don't like it, that's okay. Because the people that do know, I cherish and love those people. And they know me. And it's easy for someone not to like someone if they don't know them. But then once they get to know them, if they're a likable person, they end up loving them.
Yeah.
So that's real and big time.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I love you guys, and I love being a part of the world I'm in. Mm-hmm. And if there's anything I can do to make it better, I'm all for it.
Right.
All for it. Like Kenny's a wonderful example of. I'm like, whoa, I want to be more like him. Like, I love. But he's just he's one in a handful of people I look up to, and I'm like, I want to be more like that.
Right. And Kenny knows you so well, and I know Kenny so well, and he was one of the people I talked to about having you on the show and stuff. And Kenny is the first person that would be like, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, he says it like it is. Yeah. He doesn't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah.
And he was so championing for you to come on the show and talk about everything and lay it on the table. Not only for everybody else, but for yourself as well, I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
I couldn't. This feels super good because I've been in literal living purgatory, and maybe I deserved it. So maybe I just had to. It just took a while for it to catch up,
right?
In order to really feel its wrath, and I felt it 100%, and that's it.
Yeah,
I got this. Like. I feel it. I have learned lessons that I've searched in here, and I'm like, oh wow, that's why. And I've explained it to some people that are dear to me. I'm like, hey, no, listen, this reason is because of that. I didn't. And I've addressed it and been like, hey, this is what I had to learn for you, and I'm sorry about certain people.
Right.
And it's like there's nothing more wonderful than that when you're just like. Take full responsibility for it and just like, human kindness and just love. That's all I want. That's all I want. I just seriously.
And that's all we need. I feel like the world needs all that. It needs more love.
So much. I don't even think it's the world. Yeah, it is the world. Never mind. It's the world.
I mean.
No, it's the world.
Right.
But it's especially right now in America, it needs some serious readjusting.
Yeah.
Because that's in our face. But the world is. There's nothing better than it. Yeah. Like, there's nothing better.
Makes you feel great.
Yeah.
You know? For sure. Well, listen, I'm glad you came on.
Me too.
Yeah. Kelly, go grab him a mug, man. It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
No, definitely not over yet.
I usually give gifts out after the show. But
do you have Venmo? I'll just put it.
A what?
Venmo, I just got that.
Venmo?
Yeah,
No, please.
This is on us.
Western Union it to me. Yeah, that's back in the day. But I feel like let's move on.
Please.
You know, you've spoken your piece, you know, like I feel like we should just keep this moving, man.
Perfect.
You know, and let's talk about Jessee, you know, getting sponsored, going through all that, and what you're doing now, and you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
There's been, my whole life has been so fun, and ups and downs, and so much fun. Mm-hmm. Skateboarding is hardwired in me.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up watching Lance, and Lance has collected, he's from each generation, you know, he's collected a little bit of fans here and here.
Oh yeah.
Over this whole, he is such a wonderful example of like how to be, and his whole life. And I used to go skaters ramp when I was 12. I showed you the picture I'm wearing baseball socks, and you can see his arm. And sometimes I would call, I love Yvette, she's great, that's his wife. And I would call up a 12-year-old kid and be like, hi, is Lance there? he's not skating this weekend. Click. I was like, just crushed. And then later I told her, I go, "You bet you used to hang up on me." And she's all, "What? Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was pretty proud. I was so scared." And so when he would answer, I'd be like, "Lance, can we come over today?"
Yeah.
Yeah, come over. We'd skate. And it was super fun. And then, but him, and there's so many wonderful people in skateboarding. Everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's not, I've never, like, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Alex and Steve.
Oh yeah, Olsen. Yeah, best.
Wow. Could you imagine with no Steve Olsen in the world?
Oh yeah.
And, like, we could go down a list, like, what if he was missing in skateboarding? What if this guy wasn't a part of it?
Could definitely change alter the history
Oh, yeah.
of
Oh,
skating.
for sure.
you know?
Pretty
Yeah.
boring too.
Yeah.
And there's no room in skateboarding for anything shitty.
There you go.
Yeah.
People won't allow it. Skateboarding, okay, real quick. Skateboarding is the hardest social circle to break into.
No,
You
totally.
can't just get in it.
Yeah.
Right.
It is, once you're in skateboarding, start any company you want.
Mm-hmm.
We run the world.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
Sure.
We have broken into every social circle and done really good
Mm-hmm.
skateboarders.
Mhm.
It's like, I'm so proud to be like a part of it, skateboarding.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't, especially now, once I got my life back, I was like, yes, I'll never fuck this up. I never want to let anyone down.
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
pull this off like a motherfucker.
There you
And
go.
like, and have the best time. And it's hard too, because you can't have too much fun or people will get bummed and want to like, hey man, just mellow out.
You're having a little too much fun.
Yeah, you're not that funny either. You're not. Like,
Yeah. But no, we're all super fortunate to be in the skateboarding community.
Community,
You know? Yeah.
They've been for
We're
a
all
long
big
time,
family.
too.
yeah,
Sure.
It's crazy.
And think how wide spectrum it is.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's the best. Like
Yeah.
there's no discrimination. It's the best.
Well, that's what I've always loved about skating is the traveling and actually meeting all walks of life, you know, just from country to country. It's incredible. The people that you meet you're not going to meet
Do you know-
better people,
Never.
you know?
Yeah.
No, and anywhere you go, you can identify with someone and it's like,
Oh yeah.
yes. And you talk to them. Even so when skateboarding was young and there's only 40 of us,
Sure.
15 of us.
Right.
No, it got about 25 is when I was like, and if you were anywhere outside of your little area
Mm-hmm.
and you heard it, you know,
Oh yeah.
and you hear it, and you're just like, yes. And you would gravitate towards that sound and be like, hey, what's up? I skateboard, dude.
Oh yeah.
And it was so cool. Like at school, when you're a kid and stuff, it was
I
great.
feel like that's kind of lost now because like, everyone skates. Like, there's
Yeah.
a lot of kids that skate now.
I used to run over to my window if I heard a skateboard. Now
Yeah.
I don't even get off the couch.
Yeah.
Remember Dumb and Dumber when he jumped in the back of the thing and he popped his head out
Yeah.
to listen to his skateboarding? So cool. I mean, that's how I feel like he looked. In that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's talk about getting on. Was Santa Cruz your first sponsor? Was,
My first sponsor.
Powell.
was
That's
Powell.
right. You said
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
Powell. Steve said I'm experimental model,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I went to Lance Mountains, Locket Lances or something, and 12. I was in the Vision skate. What was it? Skate. What was that called? Skate Visions when I was 12.
Okay.
But so I got on PAL for a month, went to Lockout Lances, met Fausto and everything. And who's older, Tony or Sally? Tony was a tiny baby, maybe, or she was pregnant.
Okay.
And that was neat. I was like, what? And then, but before that, real quick, backtrack a little.
Sure.
I was on Uncle Wiggly, right? Tony
My
Magnuson,
first board was Uncle Willie.
rad. Tony Magnuson put me on Uncle Wiggly Flow,
Okay.
and then Steve Stedham got me on PAL Experimental, and then I went to Vision,
Oh, okay.
and because of Gator, and I was in the Skate Visions, whatever, and Gator. This is a good thing to bring up real quick
Sure.
because my dad would clean the pools at Del Mar, and I would get free skate time and get free boards because he would acid. He was a pool builder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he would acid wash them because they get real slippery.
Sure.
So I was like, and I would take the train down there and not pay. 'Cause you'd see the guy would come to get the tickets, and you'd go to the bathroom, and then he would pass the bathroom, and then you would go sit in the car in front.
Okay.
So I would go to Del Mar and come home on the train from San Clemente.
Mm.
And it was so fun. And we stayed open until midnight. That's where I met Tony and Neil and everybody. And that was, I grew up at Del Mar, basically.
Okay.
Skate park.
Right.
I don't know. And so that's where I met Gator. And he would come through. He had incredible just personality and charisma. And he was in his own world, and it was really cool.
Mm.
And he would skate every part of the park and then leave.
Oh, yeah.
And you were just like, what? And his hair was all crazy, wear like whatever he wanted to, because that's what you could do when you're a skateboarder, wear whatever you want. And then when filming the skate, he picked me up at my house, and I'm like, will you meet my mom? Mom, this is Gator. Oh, the one that's on your wall. And I was like, yeah, can you come upstairs? And that one wall, the Gator, Chris Miller, Jeff Phillips, Neil Blender.
Okay.
I was so happy, like, yes. So we go film the thing, and on the way home, we have to give Karen Eastwood a ride home, and her dad was filming all of this video. And Gator was driving with his knee and cleaning his nails and talking to her.
Okay.
I was like, this guy's so radical. And he's also, you want to go out later? I'll come pick you up around 8. And I'm like, what? And I had already had sex because I was 12.
Okay.
So I was like, I know exactly what he's going to do. So he drops me off. He drops her off, drops me off. She lived in like a Lake Forest or something. Drops me off in San Clemente, San Juan Capistrano at the time. And he's like, you want to hang out? You know? And he's like, no, I'm out of here. I'm going back to pick her up. I'm going to go early. I'm out of here. And I was like, whoa, rad. He was cleaning his nails and clipping them and
Okay.
doing I'm like, that's gross to do in front of a girl you're going to try to lay with in a biblical sense.
Sure.
And, but I was like, well, that's cool. He's cool. And he's good. And then we became friends. You know, everyone was friends. And then he started losing it. Like, this is a fast forward.
Sure.
So, like, Mark got his graphics, then Gator's graphics. And then he murdered a girl.
Yeah.
And not just, he was terrible.
Yeah.
And when you have a daughter, you're like, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Just jack off. Don't murder her and then do that. So when she found, we all found this out, my mom called me and was like, Gator murdered a girl. And I remember just started crying. And I'm like, how would this happen? How is this real?
Right, right.
And she's like, it's on the news and all this stuff. And I was like, what? I hung up. And like towards the last few years, me and him weren't friends. I was a threat to him somehow. And he's so good and I was so crummy.
Right.
But I was a threat, so we all were. So he would come to Fallbrook and talk shit, be like, I got a car phone and it's a speakerphone. And he called my mom. And I was like, don't call my mom. And he's like, what's up, Mrs. Jessee? I'm in my car phone. And I was like, no, man, you suck. And he skated me, throw duct tape balls at him, and he would try to, and he could have kicked our asses, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're the worst. And so then he left and he started going crazy. And then he went to Europe and got impaled or something. But in the meantime, me and Dan are driving around and he'll see that girl in that telephone pole. I'm like, yeah.
Like missing person?
Yeah. And Dan's like, I know who that is. That's this so-and-so's Gator's girlfriend's friend or something. I'm like, no way. This is crazy. Then he started going crazy. We went to some contest and there was a team meeting and I had to kind of talk some shit just because I never wrote down what tricks I did. I just like just skateboard. Oh, I suck. I couldn't be like, I know these tricks. I'm gonna do this on this wall. And so they were like discussing stuff like that. Well, we need to do this. And I'm like, corny. Like, and I'm with Dan Sturt. I'm like, boring. Like,
yeah.
And then he's like, I've had enough with this fucker. Let's go right now. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fucking beat your ass. And I was like, all right, it's on. And Dan goes, oh no, it's not. You're out of here. And he's all, he will kick the shit out of you right now. And I'm like, there's something about him. He will tear your head off. I'm like, I felt that. You're right.
Yeah.
He will. And then boom, he turns himself in.
Wow.
Wait, so that had happened and then no one knew? It wasn't announced yet?
No.
And then he turned himself in?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Jeez.
turned himself in like a month later or something like that.
And you were about to fight him in between that?
Yeah, he would have
Yeah, that would have been bad.
super bad.
Yeah.
And so anyways, Dan made it clear, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay away from him. It's fine. Like in Germany, one time we were in a contest, and he would just kept telling me, you're gonna lose. You suck. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And I was doing these exercises of bringing energy up into my body, like positive energy. My mom would teach me.
Okay.
And I'm like, you can't do this. You cannot do this to me. I'm gonna beat you. Positive energy. And it worked. And I did good. I got third.
There you go.
I was like, yes. And he was so mad. And I'm like, who cares? I'm not even competitive. You won. You won.
Right,
Who cares?
right.
This is my trophy.
Wow.
So anyways,
Some heavy shit.
yeah. And so then Helen Stickler does the Stoke documentary. You know, he turned himself in. He's in prison. And Lance tells me, hey, this girl's doing this documentary on Gator. And I'm like, she can't put this out until she comes and interviews me. I have to be in this.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to tell the side of him, the travel boner, all that stuff. So then,
What?
Travel boner.
You can't just say that and just keep going.
okay. So going on trips with him was never a dull moment. He had charisma. People liked him. Girls liked him. He was rad. And
He's just a walking hard on.
so yeah, he gets up and he's wearing Jimmy Z shorts, all black, not like the cool ones that Christian wore that I would wear under my shorts because balls. And so dumb. That's like one of the couple things I need to talk to Jesus about. Balls. Why are they so dumb? So I was like, he gets up at where we'd fly somewhere, and he gets up full boner, and I was, I've told it already, the story, and I was like, what? And I looked at him, he's all travel boner, just kicking it, and I'm just like, whoa, that sucks. Like he's moving around, it's like grazing people's cheeks and stuff,
Dude.
right? And so I'm just like, man, that is gnarly. So, because I can't even pee in public, like I get stage fright. Anyway, so the video comes out. She comes and interviews. Comes out. We go watch. I'm watching it. You were there. I'm not. I have a make believe friend, Barney. Come on, you guys don't laugh at that.
There's nobody sitting there.
So what? Okay, yeah. Who cares? So that's where like he is crazy. No, I know he's a make believe friend. Okay, so he, we do the video, it comes out, we watch it, and they show this terrible scene of, it's like slaughterhouse feelings. I'm like, oh, and I've seen some things. I've seen afterbirth. We could talk about the birthing thing later. But I was like, oh, you can't show that. It was her bones in a surfboard bag.
Oh my gosh.
And it hurt, where you're just like, oh. So, that being said, he's gone. He's evil, gone, and he doesn't say who he is. His name's Rico now. I don't know. Who cares? He's gone. He's not getting out of jail. Her dad is a really good attorney, and he's not getting out of jail.
Yeah.
And then they put his board out. Like, that's okay?
Or they use this graphic and then just put vision on it.
Well, there's somebody that puts that out, and it says the lady killer. Do we bring this up?
Oh, geez, that's...
And it's like blood
That's
dripping
fucked
down.
up,
Yeah.
Damn.
And I was like, wow, that's...
Because now they're just making money off her death.
Yeah, and it's just like, man, don't do that because karma never sleeps for anybody. Look at me, karma sleeps for nobody. Like, just don't do stuff like
Jeez.
that. But the Bones scene had to come out.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish I could tell you. I'm not going to do it, but there's a lot to that story.
Huh.
That is terrifying. But anyways, she took it out.
Oh, wow.
She had to.
Wow. What a crazy situation. I mean, the whole thing is fucked up.
Super fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, that's real life terror.
Oh, yeah?
Wow.
Yeah.
Then next was Jeff Phillips, the most incredible person ever.
Mm.
And then he shot himself.
Mm.
So his skate park was failing, you know, his relationship with his girlfriend or something. And you never know what you don't know.
Right.
So Craig Johnson finds his best friend, cleans up. Is this even okay to say? I mean, this is personal stuff.
Well, do you want to go back? I mean, do
Let's
you want to go
change
back to Santa Cruz and how you got on?
I'm going,
Santa
yeah, because
Cruz?
I'm being really dark. And I guess the point was I really wanted to just get the skater board, it was out there. And, and then we're good.
Yeah.
So anyways,
But how did you? Let's go back to the Santa Cruz thing.
Okay, yeah.
How did you go from Vision to Santa Cruz?
so my friends showed up and they're like, you are not Vision.
Okay.
You ride for Santa Cruz. You have to ride for Santa Cruz.
And how old are you at this point?
14.
14 years old.
You have to ride for Santa Cruz. I'm like, okay, I'll call him. So I called him. And then Tim Pimardo was like, well, let me ask the team. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Same stuff they do.
Sure.
And I was like, bitching. And so he called me back. Everyone's cool. You're on.
Wow.
I was like, yes. My first board was a Jeff Kendall and a Malba.
Okay.
And the Malba with the tombstone and the Jeff Kendall, the guy coming out.
Like the pumpkin head?
Yeah. I'm almost positive that was it. And I was so stoked. I was like, and it was like a whole new world. And I'm like, this is my calling.
Okay.
I got this. And
When did you turn pro?
the day.
Okay, you just bust out a poster.
Oh,
real
wow.
quick.
Okay. Okay, so Sammy asked me one day.
Yeah.
Sammy Baca. We put his cover up, I like. Anyways, Sammy Baca. He goes, homie, when did you turn pro? And I was like, September 28th, 1987. I was 17, St. Louis. And he's like, homie, that's when I was born.
Yeah, right.
The same day?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, wait, what? I'm your dad. He's the best. He's the best. So I was like, what? That makes sense.
Yeah.
It all makes sense. Because that's the best day of my life, right? It was the worst day of my life, but the best day of my life. And then he made it feel even better.
Well, how did they turn you pro, though? What was how?
I had to win. I keep see how my head keeps. looking down there. Not only is there snacks, but there's reference.
Okay.
But I don't want to. I'm just gonna.
But you contests? You were winning?
So I went to NHS, and they're like, because Grosso, which was out of character, said he rode for Santa Cruz, and he's like, you need to turn pro. You're getting good, and I'm like, I'll never be good. You have publicity stunts. You need to turn pro. Okay. So I was like, hey, can I turn pro? And then
You asked?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd they say?
They hung up on me.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I called back and they're, we got disconnected. It's a bag of reception.
Okay.
I'm like, isn't this a landline? And I was like, wait. Okay. And they're all right. Well, we're going to fly you up here. Flew up there and thought that was your foot.
No.
It's cool. And it was softer than your foot. And so
Like,
I was like, I want to turn pro. What do I do? And they're like, okay, you enter these 2 amateur contests and you win them, you can turn pro. And I was like, what? I go, okay, back to back. Like, I got to do that. So
Were you winning contests already, or had you ever won contests?
I don't even remember entering any much, but
Okay.
I guess I entered some and did okay.
Sure.
But I did a lot of I just skateboarded. I
Yeah.
went everywhere. I broke into everyone's little circle of friends and made friends with everyone.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun. And so I created this buzz, which I would have liked to create a buzz now with girls and stuff. But if you guys can...
There's apps you could use.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
So and it got sheared off a long time ago in an accident.
Oh, wow.
A trampoline accident.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'll show you guys in a minute. But see, now you're gonna think about that. Like, wow.
I just kept thinking about travel boners the whole time.
I haven't quit thinking about that either.
Did you enter the contest?
Yeah. Had a lot of support. Lee Ralph was there. Should have won everything, but he's like, "Oh, Jason, I will let you win," because Lee Ralph wins. He no matter what.
Okay.
He's the best skateboarder in the world at that time, and it is. Do you know who Lee Ralph is?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. And he would always buy anything for a laugh, but they gave it to me. So my dad was there, and I won both back to back, and I'm like, so I went back up to Santa Cruz. I'm like, I won, and they're like, nah, not yet. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, nobody ever has to get put through this. What? I only did it because all right, well, we'll see how you do. Well, you can enter St. Louis, September 28th, 1987.
Okay.
I was like, okay, cool, I got this. If you want, and then maybe you'll get a board. I don't know. I'm like, fuck, nobody else had to deal with this shit. I'm like, I'll do this. Like trying to set some standard, and so I entered it. Tony Hawk was there, and I got 11th. I did a pivot to fakie. I think that's what got me in it. Pivot to fakie on the little extension, and I did all right. Whatever. I got 11th place. I was like, I don't like competitions.
Mhm.
I like skateboarding.
Okay.
And then I got a board. They gave me a board, and I got it, and I was so excited. I went up there with a Xerox, this tattoo Mark Mahoney did. Neptune one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Jim Phillips was like, all right, jump on the copy machine. And they copied my back. Could you imagine, like... Never mind. So I'm like, oh, sorry, it's my butt cheeks. It wasn't, it was my back. So drew the graphics, so stoked I got it.
Yeah.
What? I love it. Showed Neil Blender. What do you think is the best? And he's like, it's cool. It's pretty much sucks.
What?
I was like, wait, what? You don't like it? Like, he was so brutal, but the best. And I'm like, oh, I like it, so I'm just going to keep it and go with it. And he's like, that's cool.
17 years old.
Yeah.
Bro, for Santa
Got
Cruz.
to move out. Yeah. It was really cool. And then we did Streets on Fire right before that.
Okay, so you already done a video
Yeah.
contest were in the picture.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, all I did was skateboard. That's all we do.
Right.
And so it worked out.
Yeah.
The guy that filmed it, Scott Dietrich, he lived in Malibu.
Okay.
Yeah, because I went to Malibu to edit and do some dream thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was super neat where I lived. It was like beautiful. And I was like, wow, this is really nice.
Oh.
It was cool. Have you ever heard of that guy, Scott Dietrich?
Mm-hmm.
And how come he knows more sometimes about the old stuff?
Because he's older.
Yeah, he lived through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask me about Eric Costin. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Are you mad at him at all ever?
Eric?
Yeah.
I can't get mad at Eric.
Exactly.
Great
right.
dude.
I fucking love him.
Yeah,
He's the best.
He's the
Does he
best.
live in Atwater? No, you can't say that.
I don't know where he lives.
I've
but-
seen him though, and I'm like, that's Eric Costin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get nervous in front of that guy.
I saw him. He was eating once. We were like a Zoomies thing or whatever, and I saw him in the window, and I was looking at him like this, and he was looking at me like, what the hell? And then I was like, and he's like, I know, hi. And then I came and I'm like, hey, hi, Eric. I saw you outside. And he goes, no, I know. I saw you. How you doing? He's the best.
He's the best,
He's
dude.
my favorite.
He's the
so
best.
great.
Oh yeah.
So what Santa Cruz, you're pro,
Yeah.
everything's going well. What didn't you leave Santa Cruz at one point? What happened? Or you got let go or kicked off or what? Uh-oh.
I'm leaving.
Oh. You say one wrong thing and he's getting more magazines now. Oh, he's taking his
He's got his archives here.
I know.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of stuff.
Have you ever had walking
dude.
pneumonia?
No, I don't believe I
It's got
have.
my lumbar. It's got my back. Hey, I'm the only one that had my back. It didn't even have my back. Yeah.
He's got a pillow with his picture on it for his lumbar.
I didn't have it made.
What did you grab? What did you grab here? What do we got here?
I have no idea. Did you move this stuff around?
Yeah, just to make you get up and move around. Yeah.
Okay, so went to England in 1987, right? With Grasso and Salva and stuff. Oh, that was when I won the, Del Mar 88.
Oh, there you go.
87. That's 87. So I won the 2 back to back, and that's a Dan Sturt and my friends, and it was like proud, but long time ago.
Sure.
It's like, I wish it was a California flag. So then went to Europe. Took that one photo with Mark and me and Christian. I had
Okay.
walking pneumonia, so I'm like,
Oh, wow.
it's like Barbarino, Horshack, me, Horshack. Barbarino is Christian, and Epstein from Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh,
That's what it
gotcha.
looks like.
Okay.
Do you know that?
I remember that.
Good thing. Okay, so I was like, so I started getting tons of coverage.
Yeah.
Right? That's in Australia. They'd send me to Australia and everywhere. I started going places and I was like, okay, I got this. But the whole time I'm like, I have a picture of me doing a backside air when I'm like 14, Santa Cruz, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then like this, okay. Dude, look, how sick is that? Frontal invert over the channel.
There you go.
Ned Brown.
Peanut.
How sick is that? 19. Do you know how to tell the time?
What magazine is
Here's
that?
87. It's Transworld.
Okay, so
Wow.
then.
88, actually.
Am I boring you guys? Kind of.
No.
February 88.
I wish it was Crooks and Switch Crooks.
Switch flip manuals. Yeah.
Yeah, if it was a switch flip,
Yeah.
might be more
But
impressed.
let's see the photo real quick. Can you put?
Yeah. You got third.
Oh, sick.
But that is that proper. So there's that. That's a good photo.
So
And-
things are going well. Things are
Super good, but-
you're killing it.
Well, no, I'm never. I'm not that good.
You know what I mean?
But
Come on.
no, I know. But I was excited. Like what? Tony Hawk, Lance Mountain, Mike McGill, Serge.
You're in the magazines with like your
Cavalier.
idols.
Yeah, and I was
yeah.
like, but convicted skateboarder Jason Jessee has been called a freak by teammates and a psycho by observers and a son by his mom. Call him what you will. He's a bold skater. So I'm like, I'm crazy.
That's what it says in the magazine right there.
Yeah. So I would see these things and be like, okay,
you kind of got to
I gotta be crazy and wacky.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
that was the allure of you back then. Because like when I was
Yeah.
growing up watching your video parts, whatever, I'm like, this guy's awesome because he's nuts.
Yeah, because like Eric Chrysler, Faggy, and then Douglas, Eddie, Bill Toko. So there are these things that would come out, and this probably says like, what? Yeah, and then
Monster fakey.
but then there was. So I get these, and I'm gonna save these for my kid, but really I'm
Sure.
obsessed with myself.
That was the first board I had right there.
The first what?
That was the first board I had right there.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
That was the one, and
Uncle
the
Wiggly?
honeycomb or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With the epoxy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then I was at this contest. Gator, I think, won or something. It was fourth place, but he would skate everything. There's me and Jeff Phillips at Skilly's. So there's some good stories about Skilly's around. I'll make them quick.
Can you say this shit real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, Raj.
Mark,
Look through the whole
Just wanna look
magazine
at that
here.
Board.
Mark Gonzalez and me would go skate there, and Skilly was a nightmare, the worst. Punched Mark, called everyone to tell him, and he's like, didn't even hurt Mark. And he's like, I just knocked out the guns. No, he didn't. Calling everyone. And he's all, you guys gotta leave. You gotta leave. Jason, you can stay. And I'm like, no, I'm with Mark. Get out of here then, but you can come back. And I'm like, all right. Go back with Gator. He pulls a gun on Gator, puts it in his chest. You can't skate here. I'm going to shoot you. And Gator's like, go ahead. And I'm standing there going, I just want to skate. I hate coming here, but it's so fun. Paul Schmidt built it, and Chuck Holtz, and then Ray Underhill. And he's like, get out of here. Jason, you can stay. And I'm like, no, I got to ride from him.
Yeah.
It's cool. Get out of here, Gator. I'm going to shoot you. So we leave. Hey, Jason, you can come back. So then another time I go there, I'm like, this is insane. Go there. like hoping it's gonna be cool. The only time it was cool was that day. He was like, Jeff Phillips showed him how to do smoke pot out of this thing. It was called a Bosch hit. He's like, I like him. You can always come back. I love that guy. And I'm like, okay.
Who was this dude? Just a guy with a ramp?
Yeah, and he was bad. He was just bad.
Okay.
Super bad. Went to jail. But he had a ramp because he let Paul Schmidt build a ramp there.
Right.
Straight from Florida, elliptical transition. That's where Christian's doing the Christ there. It's just the most beautiful picture ever. His dad might have took it.
Oh, okay.
I saw Mark do, and he goes, let's try Andrex. Sorry, I want to try an Andrex. So he does Andrex to fakie over the channel. And I'm like, man, he is good. And so then we go there. I go there with the Ganois or someone. He kicks them out, throws a brick. I'm peek my head up out the back of their window. We're driving by. He throws a brick. It shatters the back window.
Oh.
And I hear him, fuck you guys, but Jason, you can come back. And I'm like, I am never coming back here. This is the worst. So that's a little bit of that. And then like things would come out all the time from your whatever.
Yeah.
Mr. Aggro, and then it just says things like, he's so crazy, he can't swim. Like, so stuff like that. And
So
then,
you were seeing all of this
yeah, and going,
and thinking to yourself, I kind of got to live up to all this stuff.
Well, they're marketing him as the crazy
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what way were they saying you were crazy though? Like you just do
Well,
crazy things, or
what makes you so aggressive?
Right.
Like aggressive? I'm like, I turn on the bright lights. I don't know. I'm like aggressive. I'm all, I just want to hurt myself really bad and go really fast. I don't know. It's just stupid stuff.
That's what you were saying. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm like just a kid too. And there's,
Huh.
Jason's cool. He's a lunatic. So I'm like, okay. All these years, I'm like, I'm crazy. I'm a lunatic. And then if you go with it, you can get away with some cool stuff. Like, no, I got this. I'm crazy. And then it was kind of fun.
You almost get a pass.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, so, and I've heard, yeah.
Huh.
I've had a
Like,
pass.
oh, that's just Jason.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, so this is all over the years.
Yeah. Of course.
Starting, it's all there. He's crazy.
Right.
Like Tony Hawk said, don't say you know me when you get pulled off the airplane with the FBI.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what? I didn't mean to. And they asked me, and he's like, well, next time, just don't. I'm like, it was cool, and I got off. So, and
wait, you said he got off? You got off because you said you knew him?
yeah, though he knows Tony Hawk, and I was like, thank God.
The FBI.
Yeah.
Let's go over this real quick.
Yeah.
You got pulled off an airplane
Okay.
by the FBI because why? What were you? You had He's putting all his mags away.
I alphabetized.
Okay.
So,
Dewey Decimal.
so anyways, yeah. So, you want a quick update on that?
Yeah.
Quick rundown?
Real quick. What happened?
Okay, so coming home from Denver, 2006, the 9/11 has happened.
Yeah.
Flying back to San Jose. It's cold. I'm wearing long underwear. It's snowing. It's an early flight, like 5 a.m. Get on the airplane, and it's packed. Have to sit by. I wish I had my motivational voice right now, but it's kind of. So I have to sit. I have to sit by the biggest guy on the plane.
Okay.
Huge cowboy.
Okay.
I don't get along with cowboys. Not at all. I put on their hats and it goes all the way down to here and in my head. So I look at them and I'm like, great. I'm like, hey, what's your favorite part of Brokeback Mountain?
You asked him that?
Yeah. And I'm just kidding. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I want to though. And he's like, he just was like, what? And his wife or girlfriend was like, oh, hell no. You cannot just ask him that right now. It is on. I have been dealing with this shit. And you just ruined it.
Right.
And so I'm like,
You just lit the fuse.
and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. You guys, it's fine. I sit in my seat and I'm pretty big bone, chubby.
You in between the two?
No, I'm on the on the aisle.
Okay.
But it was huge. His arm was in my seat. I sat on his arm. And he lifted me up and off. And I was like, sorry. So then I have my pocket partner. And I just didn't like how it looked, pocket partner. It's a police facts book.
So much of random knowledge.
Well, yeah, and it looks like a pocket pussy. And I had guilt, like I might have had some. And I'm like, I do not want this to say pocket pussy.
Okay.
So I'm like, so I wrote, before I got on the plane, Suicide Bomber. It's a song my friend has a band. They have a song called Suicide Bomber, Bombing Hills in San Francisco.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's cool. Suicide Bomber, yeah. And then I fall asleep. I start reading it, I fall asleep, it falls on the ground. She reads it. Oh my God, crawls over me a few times. I wake up like, what's going on? And she's like stepping on me and just going to talk to someone, coming back a couple times. And then we land and we stop. We land and we just stop.
Like right on the runway.
Tarmac.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh boy. You know, you gotta...
Something's going on.
It's gonna tell you what's up. So I'm like,
But you had no idea it was involving you, did it? Like when you stopped, you're like, oh, I did something, or you're just like something's wrong.
I'm a very paranoid person, and I thought, great, something's up.
Oh shit!
Maybe I stepped in dog shit. Something weird. I'm always like, nah, it's probably me, but not to a certain, not anymore. The last 10 years, I felt really confident.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh shit, something's weird. And then I'm like, just wait. Nah, it's taking too long. I look down the aisle and there's a soccer mom, there's a flight marshal. I'm in the top 10 rows always. Flight marshal's on the plane. She's looking at me, soccer mom. And she's like, that's for you, buddy. Look outside. And I'm like, we're not buddies. That's all I could think of to say, like, we're not buddies. And I sat back down. I was like, oh my God, why is it for me? It's not my birthday. I was like, this is bullshit. And so I'm like, I'm not looking outside. I'm not looking out there. And so I look up, police are on the plane, talking to the pilot. I see him say 10C or 9C. And I was like, yeah, okay, 9C. And I lean forward, put my hands behind my back, and then I get handcuffed, and I look at them, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I truly was sorry. Like, whatever I did, I'm sorry. This is not worth it. They lift me up. I can't walk because I'm little, and they're tall. Obviously, they're hot. 6 foot cops, 6'4". So they're carrying me, and I'm just like, cool. And then we get to the top of the stairs, and I'll make this quick, and they just hold me there for a minute. And I just... Wow. I looked at him. I'm like, that's impressive, you guys. That's really impressive.
All the cop cars and everything.
A helicopter, cars, dogs, military.
Jeez.
Like, insane to where it was so scary. Your body just releases fluids almost.
Okay.
It was all the way through.
Right.
So I'm not even joking. It was just like, oh, I can't. They set me down so I could walk down the stairs. And then they stopped, ran the dogs by me, and the humor thing, I had to make this funny because I was so scared. And I really did say to the cops, I was like, I wash my clothes in hot dog water.
While the dogs are going sniffing around you?
Well, they ran them by me. Like, but the dogs would be like, and then 1, 2, 3 in army fatigues. And I was like, damn. And I was like, damn, that looks cool. Like, I'm like taking it all in, like, and I'm thinking, I don't have a fanny pack with shards in it. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, did you get that reference? And so I was like...
He's talking to Barney, yeah.
Yeah, Barney.
So I restaurant reference?
It's not his name anymore. So I'm like, okay, they take me, put me in the car, put my stuff on the back of the cop car, and they're all talking, and there's not just... It's like real shit.
Yeah.
FBI, real stuff. And law enforcement everywhere in normal clothes.
Okay.
I think the lady was there, the flight marshal.
Sure.
And I hear we're taking him to room 11, and I'm like, oh no, what the hell is room 11? So the cop gets in his car and he starts driving away, and they go, the FBI start yelling, and they're getting mad at the cop driving me away. And he goes, I go, where are we going? Room 11? And he goes, nope, my office. And I was like, this is terrifying. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. We get there, we're driving, we at the stop sign, we're at a stoplight. He's looking at his computer and stuff, and I'm all, that guy just ran a red light. And he's all, and I felt it. I was like, I'm just kidding. And then we drive, we get there, he leaves me in the car with the heater on, talking to some other guy. Take me inside, they scan my retina, take all his blood, they do all the stuff. FBI gets there and they rush it, like, and they have things, paperwork, envelopes, things, and they're just like going to desks and stuff. And they're, you can tell they're upset.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize this, but there's, you know, these guys don't like these guys. These sport team doesn't like this sport team.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So we're mad because they're doing, and I'm like, whoa, the dynamic of all this is crazy. Like, so I get handcuffed to the thing, and that's when they were like checking everything out. They see, they're probably Googling, search me.
Yeah.
And do you know Tony Hawk? Yeah. And I wanted to explain things, and they're like, he knows Tony Hawk. Shout it. Do you know Jackass? The guys from Jackass. Like, and I'm like, yeah. Chris Pontius is my friend, and Jeff Tremaine, and he knows them. All this stuff. Shuts the thing. Then they come in, ask me all these questions. Why do you have a letter to Scott Bourne and you signed it enemy combatant? And I'm like, I'm just, it's funny.
Yeah.
What's funny about it? Nothing. Because you can hold me indefinitely and not tell anyone of my relatives. It's not funny. They're all, nah, it's not. So I get like talked to, and then they're like, we know all about you. It's funny. You are funny. You're just this guy. You're crazy guy.
But the lady sitting next to you reported you,
That I was
saw
suspicious.
the suicide bomb and all
said
that stuff.
suspicious.
Right.
So they had protocol.
Of course.
They had to react to it.
Right.
Which is our world now.
Of course, yeah.
And
But you got to let go.
I got let go.
Yeah.
And they were amazing. I went on the news the next day, apologized to everyone if they missed any flights, and said the FBI and San Jose police put an amazing display of authority. It was incredible, and I was so impressed. It was incredible. I skateboard. Everything's cool, and cleared it up. But for a year after that was kind of sketchy. I got pulled over a lot, and just, you know, I was terrified. It was gnarly, but they did tell me. They said the main thing was get your taxes in order.
Oh, that's what they came up. Yeah.
Why that?
I hadn't paid taxes for like 6 years, but I was like, I don't make any money. I'm like, I make $400 or something.
Jeez.
$600 max, and they're like, this guy sucked. And I'm like, I kind of gave up on life, but not in a bad way. And then they're like, okay, we'll do that. So I did, and I went on the news, and that helped. People, and then no-fly list, and I got off the no-fly list, and Nike Travel.
Yeah.
And then I got my life back, and it was like, we got you. And I was like, I got purpose, and I'm healthy, and it's the best.
There you go.
It's the best ever.
Wow. What an ordeal.
Real quick, the police officer didn't like me because he tried to get me to pee, and then I got embarrassed, and I kind of made jokes.
Stage fright.
Super bad. And then he's like, all right, we're taking blood. So he didn't like me at all, and I get it. I'm not that funny. And he's like, I'll be right back. And I go, how long? I'll be right back. And I go, no. I need to get out of here. I don't go to jail. I don't go there. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to learn the codes of conduct. I don't go there. And he's like, all right. Came right back, uncuffs me, gets my stuff. And he's like, my sergeant wanted me to keep you until Monday. I'm gonna cut you loose.
Oh,
wow.
And I went, okay, great, because I got to get home. I got a kid. I got to do this stuff. I got to make a sandwich. Stuff.
Important stuff.
Sure.
So he goes, okay. takes me to his car, puts me in the back seat, pulls out, goes 2 parking spaces, pulls back in, gets me out, uncuffs me, hands me his stuff and goes, don't skateboard that way. And I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. Skateboarding, I know you're not supposed to. No, I don't care where you skateboard. Go that way. If you go that way, the media is going to talk to you. They're going to find out your name. We're not giving them your name.
Wow.
So I was like, thank you. And
Yeah.
he didn't want to shake my hand. And I'm like, please shake my hand. And he shook my hand. I was like, thank you. And I left. And it was all over every news channel.
It's crazy.
But they didn't say my name. They just said, whatever guy from Santa Cruz skateboarder.
Okay.
People pieced it all together. And someone said, you got to go on the news tomorrow to clear some stuff up. You have to. So I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So insane.
Jeez. I get scared when I get pulled over for like a speeding or something, you know?
You should be speeding.
You
You
don't
know
know
what I mean, though.
Yeah, you-
Cars
yeah.
behind you, you get nervous.
You get nervous when they don't even pull you over.
Yeah,
When you
that's-
just see them, you're like, oh my god, okay, chill.
What am I doing wrong?
So I would, yeah,
Something.
Yeah.
You're thinking that.
yeah, and they cleared up all my paranoia and protest because
Okay.
they were like, your flip phone is 2006. One guy had that. One guy had these. There's everything you put in that. We know. We
Oh,
saw
yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
sure.
this is 2006, before iPhones, pretty much. And they go, I go, so it's a 2-way listening device. Not to be paranoid or conspiracy, none of that. I don't care. They're like, yeah. What do you think? And I'm like, okay, I get it. And so I was like, okay, cool, thanks. And they were actually really cool. And the girl was cool, and the guy was cool, and I got her card. I go, can I get your card? I mean, he is cool and hot, but she was like, I liked her. I was like, I like that you're answering me questions and you're talking to me normal.
Yeah.
Stoked. And then changed my life.
This was, what'd you say, 2006?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so the next few years that took a year to heal from because it was, they have some protocol and I
Yeah.
don't blame them.
Right.
Well, didn't you get put on like a no-fly list or something like that?
My brother got me off. It's a long story.
How did your brother get?
He's powerful.
Up until this point, I mean, you were still skating, Santa Cruz, all that stuff. But I mean, you got into drugs and stuff
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So that kind of, you took a kind of a little hiatus off skating, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I still did the skateboard company
Yeah.
and I would self-medicate. And so I wasn't like, I wouldn't go party or search dumpsters or take cars and put them on jack stands. I would work, feel like I was skating because of and then the endorphins.
Yeah.
I would eat it because Lemmy ate it.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah. And I would just be like, okay, I feel good. I'm going to get through this. I was depressed. I was getting divorced from Scout's mom. So I would eat speed and stuff. And because, I was paralyzed. Depression's super powerful and real.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But going through that got me through this.
Yeah.
It really did.
So 9 years.
Of healing.
Well, no, 9 years of on
Drugs.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I feel like that 9 years was a healing.
Okay.
I got married to my high school sweetheart when she was 12. I got married we got together when I was 12.
Okay.
And then we got married 18 or 19.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we got separated, divorced at 33.
Damn.
So, yeah. So then, so it was just like a hard life. Dad would, just life.
Sure.
It's
sure,
hard.
Sure.
You never know what anyone's gone through.
You went through all this crap.
Yeah.
And then he's taking his beanie off. He's
Oh,
Sweaty. It got.
he's changing.
You got a full head of hair, dude.
I know.
No, am I balding though?
No.
Pretty good.
It gets really. It gets really. Let me see the knee.
It's in his Brixton contract to
Oh,
change
yeah, there you
beanies.
go. The only
That's
thing
like
he does, he
you're-
just doesn't have a hat on over his
I
beanie.
could put it on, but
Dude, that's
Oh,
like the most that's your style, dude.
Yeah, why the hat over the beanie?
Or even the beanie just all the way down like that. It's like, like people have like the cups.
David Tell does it too. That comedian.
We all
does he?
Yeah.
We all have different styles.
Yeah.
Just feels comfortable. It's like I feel safe.
Yeah.
My friends can be like, there he is. Because I'm not tall. I'm 6'4", but they're like, it's safety, everything. And who cares about safety? But yeah.
OSHA
great.
does.
Who?
OSHA.
And I wanted to talk to HR actually before I left. You have HR here?
Raj is our HR department.
Hello, Roger. It's HR.
So, the two hats, whatever, there's no reason.
No.
It's okay. So I live in Watsonville, an agricultural area. It's wonderful. And I used to see when the workers would be like, they would have beanie and hat combo. And I was like, they look so cool.
Okay.
Fuck that. They look cool. And I was like, and they just have, so that's where it came from.
Gotcha.
So it's not, I can't claim it.
Right.
And it feels comfortable, and I got used to it. And then, you know, whatever, who cares? Make fun of it or not. I can grow a pompadourable. Yeah. If you want, I'll get rid of the beanies and hats, and I'll just go hair. And mothers and grandmothers are like, I love your hair. It's wavy. Can we touch it? I'm like, yeah. It's beautiful. It's so thick. And I'm like, yeah, man. So I hide it with two. So if they get past one, I'm like, you know what? That's enough. I'll put this back on. And it's like protection.
So you were saying earlier, though, when you came back out of your drug phase, all that stuff, and then it was almost like this rebirth. You know, you got the Thrasher cover, you got the cons.
No. I got Skateboard Mag, Eggplant. Neil Blender was there. I was like, this is the best thing in the world.
You got Skateboard Mag cover first.
Yeah, Eggplant.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
then Transworld Frontside Ollie, John Coulthard.
Oh yeah.
Took it, and then I was like, and then then low carb backside bonus, and then I was really excited. Like I was like, this is the best life ever.
Yeah.
And then
I think people were excited too that you were back, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
like
super fun, but you can only be, like, he's okay. He's had too much fun. We're over it. I get that. So, and then I got the eating shit one right here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That made me the most happy.
Oh yeah.
Who's from Boston?
I'm from Boston.
Yeah. So you know the one ice skater? He's like Boston. It's right by the Converse.
Resky? Or
No, the one Joe or who cares? There's a statue. Me and
sports.
Frank. Yeah. Never mind. So then that, and then my dream.
Yeah. Thrasher cover.
40-something years.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, life is I can't enjoy it.
Right.
Yikes. And then I was like, I deserve it. I'll deal with it.
You said they said you were crazy when you were younger. Was there a certain time when
Who
you got
said
old?
that?
Just the magazines that you read earlier?
Yeah.
Was there a certain time that you kind of like weren't that guy anymore? Like when did that, like where you felt like you didn't have to act like you were crazy in front of people?
Do you want me to do this?
Sure. You gonna flip our table over?
And just
But it wasn't even like crazy. Like you were the entertainer.
Yeah, I'm here to cheer
Like the class clown in a way.
Yeah, I'm here to cheer you up, and
Okay, yeah.
it evolved into like you're a kid and you're just crazy, and then you're just okay. Now you know how to read the room, and you can, hey, this guy, meet this guy, and then let's do cool stuff, and then he's funny too. Give him food, and like I was like, right, this is.
I feel like you became like badass, like when you like started doing Consolidate and everything.
That was super. So I went in to Rich Novak's office.
Mm-hmm.
I've known since I was 12, and
Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Rich, it's you just kicked off Mike Yosifer. He's took all my 2 tricks to a whole new level, and you kicked him off. Can you give me like 6 months, because I've never even worked a job in my life. I don't even know what that means, and I know skateboarding's stressful, but I don't know what the real world is. And he's like, yeah, but right now, see ya. And I was like, just
Kicked you off as well.
Why?
Oh,
Why?
jeez.
I needed to learn how to grow up. I needed to learn how to.
How old were you when you got kicked off?
21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was only pro for 3 years.
3 years.
That's it.
Wow.
That 3 years was eternity.
Yeah.
Because, I would travel and put all my stuff in other people's bags, and they would carry them. So I'd have a little bag. That's real.
That's smart.
It was.
So you got kicked off, and then what? You went to Consolidated.
I went to the post office. Got a job at the post office.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, for one day. I was like, had to go through all this training. Got there, like, okay, I got this. I'm going to have a kid. Got this. Hey, can I get next weekend off? Can I get next week off? And the guy's like, you haven't even worked a full day. I go, I quit.
No way.
So then I worked at my friend's restaurant and realized, whoa, people are real slobs and they're rude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'll never be rude to people like that. Like, can I get some ketchup? Absolutely. Here you go. Can you make some water? Absolutely. Can you mustard? You bet.
Right.
I'll be right back. And then, oh my God, that is inconsiderate. Like, I got to clean all this up. Okay. I'll never do that to a waiter, waitress. Just be cool.
Yeah, of course.
Be nice.
Yeah.
I went on a date once with this girl, and she was like, can you believe how rude she was? And I go, she actually just asked if we want water. I was like, she's a sweetheart.
Right.
And I excused myself to the bathroom and I left.
I would left her there.
Oh, nice.
No, not nice. I called her and said, hey, just so you don't wait, I left.
Oh,
And you just said that to her. She's like such a sweetheart. And oh, man,
It sucks.
I got to go to the bathroom.
So you had a board on Consolidated.
No, so then I
Huh?
left. The restaurant was 3 weeks.
Okay.
Or 3 months.
Yep.
Can't do this anymore.
Okay.
I learned my lesson. Can't do it. They were like, hey, we're going to start a new company. Casper, Quick Wrestler, Alan and Karma, and Richard,
Okay.
Jessee Paez.
Mm.
And I'm like, all right, let's do this. So Moish, Steve Keenan, Berto, Alan Peterson, Karma, Jessee Paez, and me.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I got this. Cool. And so that was 1993, and we did that in Letitia, and it was super cool. It was like pure feeling, and no one was bitter. It was just like me and Moish. Karma is funny and
Good vibes.
super good vibes. It was
Yeah.
great. Made maybe $200 or $140 a week, then $200 a week. Calling shops and stuff. I was like 23 or something. Still skated. It was fun, but it was different because we were going, let's go to this trade show. We're building a booth. And then let's try something different and let's do things different.
Didn't you guys send out Alan Pearson sponsored videos and get people's companies to send boards to you guys and you screened over them? Something like that?
was fun. Yeah.
Did you? Wow.
that was Berto's idea. That was a good. That was good. That was funny.
It's amazing.
Yeah, we yeah. So then fast forward a little. Scott Bourne got on the team, and he kind of upped the he set the bar a little high.
Okay.
So Karma and Alan were like, "Hey man, this is too much. Like he is too gnarly. He's like doing all these videos, and we're just like, we're fine. Like, so then it all grenaded, just blew up.
Okay.
And then that's it. And then whatever, the rest is history. Moish died, Steve Keenan moved, whatever. It was cool. And then I started Auto Modown
Okay.
in 2000. And when I left Consolidated, I took all my own personal stuff. Took a wall we had that everyone signed, cut it out, put a new wall in over Christmas. Had rattlesnakes. And I said once, hey, whoever sells out or whatever, the person that comes to work the next day, if the rattlesnakes are open, they lose.
What does that mean?
I don't know. So, because I asked Jake, I go, Jake, I got to quit Consolidated. It's crazy. And what should I do? Why are you asking me? I'm like, who else do I ask? You're a skateboarder. You know what to do. Do what you know what to do. You're a skateboarder. Click. And I'm like, damn it. He's right. Take all my stuff.
Okay.
Take my carpet. It was Berber. Someone gave it to me. Took all my stuff, left. And then, did it right.
Yeah.
And
Leave a note.
packed up Todd Bratrude's office
Okay.
and then called him and said, we got you the job, me and Morsh. Now it's time to go home. So he came to work and all his shit was in boxes.
No way.
He had to unpack it all. That was mean. I told him sorry after. but you know, there was a lot of just the communication just failed.
Oh, gotcha.
But it was fine.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Like we had a fun go. It was a good go. And then started out on Motown and I learned a lot of lessons that I didn't know. Like I was like, damn, Steve, and I didn't realize that there's this much involved.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So did that. Felt like I paid my karma. You know, I felt like learning all these lessons. I felt pretty good. And then on Converse, purpose, and everything's cool. And lived happily ever. I can't even talk. I can't even say that word. Here we are today.
Here we are.
So it's cool. Yeah, it's actually cool.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for everything. I'm not mad at anything. I'm excited.
yeah.
What didn't you start a company called Hard Luck?
Oh, yeah. Hard luck.
Hard luck and
That's
driven.
right. Driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Driven was a little bit ahead of its time in my thought process because I'm probably years behind, but I did stuff like we did. Did you move this? Somebody did. I'll get to the bottom of it. So, like we did, you know, Restoring Hope and Humanity, Cultural Awareness Series, 2001.
Okay. What year? Oh, 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got S Corp on September 11th, 2001.
Oh, wow. Really?
That's when the California S Corp went through.
Damn.
So I was like, yikes.
That's crazy.
That's when
9/11. Yeah.
whatever it is. So I was like, oh, great, weapon of mass destruction. Just a skateboard.
Yeah.
And then your actions speak louder than words. Modus operandi. Men were created in order to obey laws. Laws are created to obey men. They are established by men and should serve men. This rules. Then we did. There's nothing in all the world greater than freedom. There is no place in our social relationships for lack of courtesy. That's my friend. He is a truck driver, Sikh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was super cool. He because I read this thing, I was like, guilty of profiling or saving lives, and it was some lady on an airplane, like 2000, whenever, this hysteria, and she was like, I was reading in Newsweek, and I was like, what? Guilty of profiling or saving lives? And she just like dragged someone, like a Sikh, through the parking lot and she didn't care. She legitimized it by, well, I don't know. Maybe I did save some lives. Maybe I didn't. And I was like, that is wrong.
Wow.
Wrong. Like, so that's why I was like, hey, can we get a photo? And because there's no place in our social relationships for lack of courtesy.
There you go. Yeah.
Is that the one? I can't see it from here. Is this the one right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's the best.
So how long did Driven last?
So 2001 to 2004, and then
So a couple years. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great learning experience. I had an automatic screen printer. I had some stuff. We did stuff for Savior. We did some big orders for Nike stuff. It was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was hyped. And
What happened? You couldn't do it anymore, or?
was getting divorced. My dad was in the hospital. Just a lot of
Stuff going on.
Yeah, and then not being. If your heart's not in 100%, if you're not passionate, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And I was cool with that. And then, I, wouldn't skate, self-medicate.
Went through all that stuff.
Yeah, not wound worshiping or anything, not feeling sorry for myself, just being like, I'll get through this.
Yeah.
But it all prepares you for the next.
Sure.
The next chapter.
Right.
And learning it's good.
So then after that, back on Santa Cruz.
Yeah, and then
How did that happen? Did you call them? Did they call you? How did
They'll
that
come up on the 40th, weren't they?
40th anniversary?
no, it was way before that.
Was before that?
Yeah, sorry for yelling at you. So Jordan Tabiayon was like, "Hey, Converse wants to get a hold of you." Steve Luther put me on Converse. I was like, "Oh man!" Then I did the Hall of Fame thing or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then and I was like, "This is great." And Hard Luck. Me and Luther started Hard Luck, and he's working his ass off, and it's doing good, and
Great.
everything's cool. And you know what? Everything's cool, and things will work out.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine, and it's fine.
Right.
And then that's it. Because I'm gonna continue being me,
Right.
doing stuff, skateboarding. I haven't stopped.
What about
How many push-ups I can do?
How many can you do?
A lot. Over time.
over time?
16 right
Over
now.
like a week? or-
16. 16 right now?
Yeah, my girlfriend's boyfriend, or my girlfriend's husband. I know, I fucked up. My girlfriend's husband, he's really strong. He's Puerto Rican. He can do 35 pull-ups.
35 pull.
Dude, I was like, we're the same size. I'm like, oh man, 6.
Oh,
He was just, come on.
I got half of that.
It's so hard. So,
I'm about 2.5, 3.
It's hard.
Yeah.
but yoga helps, and inversions. Yoga helps.
Yoga. Yeah.
It's the only thing I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's real.
But you
My
know.
grandma was a yoga instructor.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but you know what? I mean, getting back on Santa Cruz must have been a great fucking feeling, though. And because now you're back
It was
home
great.
almost. You know.
Well, I mean, and it's never really went away because I got catalogs here that I'm in them.
Oh yeah.
And I had Auto Modown going, like the boards. So Dave Frill would be like, "Hey, we want to do this board." I'm like, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
These shirts. I was like, or Paul, and I was like, yeah, it's cool. And it was great. It wasn't weird. It was great.
Yeah.
It's not weird. And then everything's great. Like it's hardwired in me.
There you go.
And everyone's like, I love you guys. You too.
I love you, man.
And it's cool. It's like skateboarding is the best thing ever. And skateboarders are the dumbest people on earth, I heard. Someone told me that. And I was like, damn it. How? Who let this out? Like, I'm not that dumb. It's the best. But also, and I got my best friend Jen. She owns Bandit Town. So she's like, you want to buy this house, little stagecoach house? It's really nice. We can Airbnb it. And she's up in North Fork, and she's doing all these really neat deals. And so I'm like, yeah, cool. So we got a couple little super cheap little cribs that we Airbnb. She
Oh, there
does.
you go.
She's remarried and just had another son. He's my little brother.
Oh, there you go.
He's Eric, her husband's son.
Right.
But he's my little brother. Because we bought a house. I'm like, is your boyfriend going to be mad? And she's like, no, he's fine. If he was mad, he wouldn't be my boyfriend.
Yeah. Okay.
I was like, radical. Right. So there's just like balance everywhere. It's cool.
Well, it sounds like you're in a good place right now.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're in the best place.
Because today, I'm not even kidding. Like, I feel good.
Yeah.
I've been in purgatory.
Mm-hmm.
Just feeling like, oh man. And you can't fix everything.
Right.
You can't fix anything. But you just have to keep giving it your best shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And you have to just have good intentions.
Yeah.
And put that out there. And it's fine.
Right.
Because put me in a room of anyone, anywhere, and it's fine. My goal would be to crack everyone up and not get pants.
You do that very well.
Yeah, you do a good job.
Yeah, you do
a good job.
It's only because I brought you guys gifts.
No, but that stuff comes natural sometimes to people. There's the people who try to make people laugh, and there's the people who just do stuff and it makes people laugh.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I just think you're naturally funny.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's great.
But traveling around with like Louis and all these guys, Mike Anderson, Kenny, Zared, everybody, all these. This is the best time ever in my life. Like incredible people.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like cherish that. So it's cool.
Yeah.
And you can't take that away from anybody. Like all my life experiences, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I love it. And you can't take it away.
Yeah, there you go.
All you can do is move forward.
Seems like you're doing it though.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're, like I said, you're in a good place right now, feels like.
Yeah. I feel like that.
That's
too.
good.
Thank you.
For sure. Yeah. Anything else we want to add to this?
No, let's just wrap it up because I feel good.
Who are you talking to over there?
Michael.
Who?
It's my friend. I know, it's weird. Okay, I got some gifts for you guys.
You brought gifts.
I think I do. Oh, I got you these. Oh, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where I live. Sorry for throwing that as okay, this is just a cool, quick little known fact.
Yeah.
So where I live in Watsonville, it's an old house from the 1950s. Homesteaded in 1900. They built this thing, dragged it up in 1950s, sold it to some incredible people. Mm-hmm. They still own it. Paul Krasner lived there.
Okay.
And he brought Merry Pranksters, Jack Kerouac, beat poets. All these people have come through this house where I laid and looked at the clouds.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And it's like a zen. It's really, it's special, right?
Interesting, yeah.
So the houses on this side and this side are just way too much. Out of anyone's, they don't make sense. This is 2 acres, no gas, barely electrical, wood stove. It's beautiful.
Wow.
But he lived there and he's still alive. And I was like, I should cash that off.
Are you deluxe check?
Yeah. Do you want it?
You have a check as a bookmark?
Yeah, I gotta cash it. It's old. It's
$9.02.
Thanks. Anyways, hey.
Sales were doing great that month.
Yeah.
This is 2006, you guys. So, anyways, can I still cash it?
They're usually good for 180 days.
Oh, so I can't. 2006 to now is 180.
Depending on who you ask. If you ask your imaginary friend over, he'd probably say yes.
But anyways, Yoko Ono and John Lennon spent the weekend at my house in Watsonville. They love being so close to the ocean.
Wow.
In the afternoon, I asked them to smoke cigarettes outside, which I do.
Okay.
I don't smoke cigarettes. I ask people, can you smoke outside? But basically, so this happened where I sleep in this fireplace.
Wow.
And I told my friend Yaniv and stuff, I tell everyone like, how's it? So the landlord was there one day and he's like, Yaniv's like, hey, I live in Hollywood in LA. So has John Lennon ever been here with Yoko Ono? And he's like, absolutely, we have pictures here. And he looks at me and he goes, we thought he's been lying this whole time.
No way.
And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, we thought he was lying. And then everyone laughed and I was like, no, I wasn't.
Wow.
But it's just, yeah.
Must be some good energy in that house.
Super good. That's why you're all invited.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
It really is. Kenny's been there. Everyone's been
sick.
there. It's nice.
Dope.
Yeah, it's
a little road trip.
Yeah, road trip.
It'd be neat because you can set up a rogue studio
Okay.
to do an interview with.
How about we just go up there and chill?
We need a vacation.
Yeah. Leave the heavy equipment and come up.
There you go.
Okay, Arto's sauna is at my house.
What?
Yeah, it's on wheels. Yeah.
He brought it to your house?
He wouldn't do that. In order to get a free sauna from Arto, you have to go get it. It was at Jeff Rowley's house in Arizona, somewhere. And then then we went to Vegas. So I hooked it up, went out there, got it, drove it. Brand new trailer, beautiful sauna, beautiful. Went to meet Boys of Summer dudes in Vegas.
Okay.
Parked it right in front, so it looked like I had a little house. You guys, it was the worst. So every time we leave the hotel room to go do stuff, they're like, "Man, that's a cool sauna." Like Arto's, but people are like, "Cool mini." It's just
Little mini house. Yeah.
this is super embarrassing. And once I got it home, Arto sent me new rocks from Finland. Like you have to get the right ones,
Oh, okay.
and I use it religiously.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so I could bring that here if you guys want.
You could park it out front, Raj.
Well, you know, we'll leave it up there.
Okay,
but
there you
We'll
go.
come visit it.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
What did did you really bring gifts or just?
Oh
to-
shoot.
He's lying again.
I know.
Okay, these are
Oh, wow, look at that.
some reissues of Mark's drawing.
Awesome.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So we were gonna put these out on Consolidated, and then it didn't work. So I put it out on the Driven in 2001,
Okay.
and then I just put it out again just to get them out there. And I only did a couple hundred of them.
Nice.
Oh, so this is new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a one-time
Some
deal.
one.
Little
Okay.
reissue.
Wow.
Yeah, just whatever. It's
That's
kind of
dope.
cool.
Thank
Yeah,
you, bro.
for
Appreciate
sure.
that.
That
Look
shit's
at that.
Yeah, and I got something for you, but since they put you so far away,
It's all good.
mail it to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got me the sauna. That's nice of you.
whatever you want, take it. It's yours. Anything I brought you guys and you want or interested in, take it.
No, we're happy to have
can't.
you here, dude. That's it.
Well, I appreciate
that's
that.
That's super fucking rad for you to come, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks you
dude.
guys for letting me.
Oh, dude, for
no
sure,
problem.
bro. Wait, before you leave, we want to return the favor with a gift. Kelly, will you please go grab him some
Of course.
stuff, bro?
What size T-shirt?
Oh, small.
No, you're not.
I know, but I'm a large. I'm a large right now, and it's tight. Because depression's real.
Large shirt, large sweater,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Large sweatshirt. Large. Yeah. Bitchin'.
black shirt. You want a green or a
Black.
blue?
Black.
Look like I think you should go with green now. Orange beanie, green shirt.
It's not.
Add a little color in your
It
life.
doesn't.
No, you're
It
not.
doesn't. It's not flattering.
What do they say? Black slims you down. Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah. Well, so what are you gonna do after this? You're gonna go back up to your crib up there in Watsonville?
I think I'm gonna wander aimlessly for a while with
Your
so and so, and just gonna wander around.
yeah, skate obviously.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Long Beach Black.
Okay.
Kenny did the vegan.
It's gonna be your menu.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
gosh.
good.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
No, I'm not knocking vegan at all. I'm just saying. I just laugh at Kenny. He's funny.
He's
He's a
great.
funny guy. What about video parts? Are you good? Do you want to work on anything new?
I'm working on.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
sick.
yeah, we've been working on some stuff.
Okay.
I got some stuff.
Nice.
Like I can't stop
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
I can't.
Right.
There's no. I just want to be loved and hugged, and so no matter what the cost, like, okay, these guys are mad. I fix that. We're cool right now. Okay, we're working on stuff.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
We really are though.
Do you have a set date, or are you just kind of working on it just to work on it?
No.
Thank you, bro.
There's no larges left in the hoodies.
No.
Well.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks. That was a nice way of saying, you know what? This will fit you better. Take the XL. I get it.
That's all we had, dude.
Hey, we're actually running low. We got to do a re-up on
Yeah.
our merchandise. Yeah.
Did you guys give Steve Olson anything?
I can't remember when we started doing because we didn't do product all along, so we never gave shit away to some
Yeah, he
people.
was early
Yeah.
on.
Listen, it's not orange.
I'll wear black beanies.
Do you?
Yeah, I like them.
Okay. There's a beanie for you.
I like
bro.
that. I appreciate
Nightclub
that.
Black beanie.
I
dude.
appreciate that.
Oh, he's opening it up right now. You're gonna put that on?
Can't return it now.
Yes.
Yeah. Double-sided label. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I
put
like
that down. Yeah. We know we're hip to it. We know people.
Do you ever rock double beanie?
Come on.
Protect yourself.
They make those.
And here's a. What did Kelly get you? Extra
The crew?
large? Is this a?
I got a large
hoodie or
a large T-shirt. And
Oh, it's a T-shirt
and
here.
it's a large crew neck.
Look, large tee,
Oh, thank you.
bro. 9 Club tee.
Falling asleep there.
No, go ahead.
I like that. Let me put all the product on.
You're gonna put it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Should I put? Do I have to keep these on?
whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do.
Getting stressed.
We still
Hey,
have.
if you guys notice, I start getting stressed out.
You little
Well,
you're moving around a little more than usual,
I'm
but
hungry.
you're okay.
Super
What happened to
hungry.
your sandwich down there? Did your imaginary buddy
snacks.
eat it?
I don't
Look,
know where it went.
here's a
Hey, is this over branding?
here's a crew neck. Also, you could put that on your shoulders.
So I like
maybe.
these because
Yeah.
I wear button ups under them, but keep the collar in.
Keep them in or keep the collar out.
In.
You
I like
keep
it
in. Oh,
It looks good. I look debonair.
but nobody can see the collar.
No, you can tell if you're
could
if
tell-
you're sharp. Yeah,
Oh,
and it's debonair.
debonair.
Yep, it's,
Debonair. And
Yeah.
Here's a 9 Club mug for you, bro. And there's a pin in here too, if you want to put that somewhere on it. We have 9 Club
should
pins.
I put everything on right now?
No, you don't have to do that, dude. Just Instagram them whenever you get a chance.
Like, can we have bags or anything? Is it bad? Is black a bad look?
I think the black beanie looks more flattering.
It's
you know?
good. You look great.
Okay, this way, or sorry, or this, or
Yeah, that looks tough.
Okay, hold on. Thank you for that. How's that?
There you go.
That's tough.
Feel cool.
Yeah.
Cause you can walk around and guys, little known fact, gives me about 2 more inches on you. Hey, so I can wear flats and be like, "What's up?"
Like 6'4".
Yeah.
I'm not. I would. Well. All right. Well.
Well, dude, again, thank you so much.
No.
Hey,
It's been an honor.
let's hear about giving Raj a hug over here, bro. Are you going to give me a hug? Okay. Come here, bro. Ah.
Thank you.
It's good having you here.
No, thank you. Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Oh, no, for sure, man. Yeah, anytime.
I'm gonna hug you in a minute.
Oh, I'm gonna hug you too.
Hey, and I want to apologize. I don't have any. I usually wear Tom Ford,
Oh, you,
Black Orchid, or Gucci by Gucci.
okay.
Sometimes, or Black Tom Ford.
Tom
So
Ford,
if
is
I
that-
smell like not me, it's not. It's because
Smell a little musty, but no. I'm just.
you're kidding.
I'm just. No, I am.
Did I smell it? Okay. No, because
you're
I
good.
never want
You're
to
good.
offend. I'm like, before I go to bed, I'm like, oh, that smells so good.
Right.
Tom Ford Black Orchid, I love.
Well, listen, we want to thank our special guest, Mr. Jason Jessee, for coming by, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah,
seriously,
thank you, dude.
Good luck with everything you do. I hope everything works out for you, bro.
Thank you.
everything, much. Everybody loves you.
Thank you. It means the world.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hey, skateboarding's lucky to have you, man.
No, I'm so grateful. You have no idea.
So thank you
Like-
for everything. Yeah.
Thank you so much for reals. Like, I don't cry on film, but turn that shit off. Oh, I will break down.
Turn them off.
And actually, when I went outside twice, guilty.
No.
So, yeah.
Come on, bro. Why?
I would not make that up.
Yeah.
I had to go just take everything in.
Yeah.
It's been rough.
Hey, listen, man. Well, it's been a long day too.
That's what I mean.
You've been here for a long time. Talked about some heavy stuff.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Thanks for accepting that. Because it ain't. Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
No
our
problem.
pleasure, dude.
I've been doing, also real quick, not to plug anything, but I've been doing stuff with together, like Yankee and Mark Ubel, and I just put out these photo boards. Tobin Yella and Michael Mealy.
I'm
And
sick.
I'm going to do Dan Sturt. And I just do 100 boards and put them on Instagram, and then he handles it for me. I'm
Oh,
like,
dope.
thank you.
Dope.
And it's pretty neat.
Is this the one? Is this one right here? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the first one.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's you doing that, dude?
I was like 22. I mean, yeah.
Fucking sketchy, dude.
Standing on the motorcycle.
That's gnarly.
You know what? It's moving.
I've seen that trick before. People do.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
just they stand up on it and then do.
You
Yeah.
can carve corners and stuff.
Whoa, that's sketchy.
Yeah, and I did that once and slipped and landed side saddle and almost died. Went home, took the head off the motor, took it to work, and left it there for like a year and a half. I was like, that was too close.
Yeah.
My kid was like 4.
Oh gosh.
I thought I was like, I got this.
You've had a few encounters of almost.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
sketchy, dude.
It's
Jeez.
fine.
That's like a skateboarder mentality, though. You fall and eat shit almost.
We
and then
love
you,
it.
And
You
then you
learn
get
from
back
mistakes,
in.
yeah.
We
You get
like
back
it.
on it, dude.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
And we have to. It's
Fall
it's an
down,
addiction.
get back up.
I guess we're kind of crazy for that, but that's what.
That's what we're into.
Yeah, that's so
we take
nuts.
chances. We get we like it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, bro. Like I said, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming by,
Absolutely.
telling your story and everything. Appreciate that. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Always.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Can I get a bite of your sandwich?
No. I mean, if there was any left. But I can make you one.
Oh, you bologna? What are we talking about? Peanut butter and jelly?
I'll surprise you.
Are you a good cook?
No.
Never mind then. Maybe you don't want a sandwich, Chris.
Maybe I
It's
don't.
finger foods. It's not even a sandwich.